Hi, Ruby. What is going
Oh,
on, everybody?
there
What's
we
going
go.
on, Rubes?
Are you serious? Hold on. You see how ignorant people are? I'm going home. You see what Mr. Bobby Wright wrote?
You
Dang,
know he
Ruby
always
actually look
messing with
nice on
you.
the thumbnail for us. Listen, I am too sick for y'all's foolishness and faciness. See, hello, Dr. Steele. You see the nice respectable man in this. He just comes into
Hi.
the chat. He rolls up in here all nice. Y'all, I have a fever. I am sick. And this is the appreciation and thanks I get, Mr. Wright.
Right.
See, that's why I like Dr. Steele.
She came on here to please you guys. She's like, nah,
Right?
I can't let the audience down. I gotta go on. Come on, let's go. So the least
Right?
you can do is give her some respect today.
What? Oh, just a little bit of kindness, y'all.
Just a
Damn.
little bit.
Damn. Thank you. See, stoic one. People trying to be nice to poor sick Ruby. At least, right? Just like twice a year. That's all I ask. When I'm already dying of something, just be nice. That's it.
Hey, but hey, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Who we got in here
Yeah.
today? We got Blue. What's going on, Blue? Make sure you
Hey.
guys subscribe to his channel. He's almost at 100 subscribers.
Nice.
We only need,
Nice.
I think he only needs like 5 more subscribers.
Ooh. Okay.
So if you haven't already, make sure you go over there and hit that subscribe because
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be coming out with some good content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Who else we got, Rubes?
Well, I called it a bunch of them, obviously. So we got Mr. Bobby Wright,
Hi,
Dragon Ruby, first name. Hi, I guess. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Right. And then of course there's Stoic One and Dr. Steele. Both
What's
very
going
nice Ruby.
on?
Team Ruby today. And then Kill Us
Right.
Way.
Y'all better be Team Ruby. She's sick. I mean, come on now. Show her some
Right?
love.
I don't know. I don't even know. You know what the thing is though? I think whatever is wrong with me, they know. I know. Okay, this is gonna sound mysterious as hell, but like if you have every symptom of like some type of infection, right? Like a bacterial one,
Mm-hmm.
and no one seems surprised at your terrible symptoms, and they're just saying, "Yeah, no, don't worry, it's a virus." Excuse you? This is not no virus. I feel sicker than, and I've had Rona 4 times, and I
I
feel
had it
sicker
three
than I have
times.
in a very long time, right? These
Mhm.
people didn't care. I'm like, they know there's some other virus now going around, and they know about it, but they're not telling us, and it's making people very ill. That's because like my temperature was like it was all at 102. Just like literally, it went from that day I was doing stuff, and then my head felt like it was on fire and throbbing like it was going to explode. And
Mhm.
I still got up and cooked like that. I just thought my neck was sore. I had been driving in the snowstorm and whatever.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, yo, why won't my head stop throbbing? It doesn't matter if I lie down, doesn't matter what I do. I take my temperature, it's 102 degrees. I'm like, 102 degrees?
That's
What's happening?
crazy. That is
Hmm.
crazy. 102? Yeah, you shouldn't even be on here right now. You should be in a bed sleep.
You
Okay?
see? You see? That's what I know. but,
Right.
right, but I'm telling you, something's going around y'all, so please take care, drink lots and lots and lots of water,
Mhm.
get your vitamins, because like people who were low on vitamin D, people who were low in vitamin B complex, like all of the vitamin Bs, and stuff.
Mhm.
These are the just being low in these vitamins are like what's causing people to not be able to fight back on a lot of these bad viruses. You know what I mean? So take care of yourselves, please,
Yeah, please
please.
take care of yourselves. Like she said, lots of water, eat lots of fruit and veggies that also play a part in it. And also stop eating the McDonald's. Leave the McDonald's and Burger King alone. Start eating more spinach, more salads, because that
Mhm.
helps with your immune system.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, you know what? Listen, Mr. Wright, you can't just bow in there, but you did say I look nice. But what else did you say? We can all read, sir, even in my sick condition. But this was what was cracking me up. Um, Melody,
Yeah, what happened?
you see that I gotta leave because Melody's pick is making me feel some type of
I'm sorry if I'm making you feel some type of way, okay? I'm sorry I got the girls out today, but guess who told me to leave the girls out? Mrs. Rubes over there.
I did.
She's
I
like, leave
definitely
it.
did.
Like, that's a good
Mm-hmm.
picture. So I'm like, all right, the girls can stay out today.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous picture, first of all. Second of all, I have to live vicariously through somebody, so,
Oh
might as well be
gosh,
through
stop.
this beautiful co-host of mine. Uh,
No, you're beautiful. You're my beautiful co-host, but that's the
not
crazy part.
today.
Well, yeah, I understand you're sick and my nose is stuffy, but we're gonna make this happen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make this.
Mm-hmm.
But so today's topic, Rubes and I came out with today. You tell them. You explain better than me, Rubes. So go ahead and tell them.
Well, listen, in a nutshell, for those of you who don't really look at thumbnails that, we work so hard on to provide you information and context. So you come in prepared. For those of y'all who don't look, I'm going to tell y'all something, okay? It is a sad, sad world. And I am here today not to blame the 304s. Nope. No,
Nope.
I'm not blaming the women today.
Guess who
Mm-mm.
we are blaming today? And usually
Mm.
I'm not on this side of the fence. Usually. Tell 'em, Rubes, who are we here to blame today?
We are blaming the men.
You.
Yes. Are you blaming the men? Okay.
Blaming you. Okay, because how the hell do a pair of used panties, I don't care who wore those panties, go
Right?
from 99 cents to 100K in bids?
Right. Like, girl, and it wasn't even like over a really, really long time. Like, I would even understand if it was like it was Mariah. Okay. And I'm listen, I'm not trying to hate on Lotto. I'm not. I'm not trying to hate on Lotto, but I'm just saying.
But she
right?
ain't
If
no
she was
Mariah
like,
Carey or no Beyonce.
that's what I'm saying, right? Like she's not huge, like she's not so well known, so popular, such a sex bomb or something, you know what I mean? As far as like starlets go, that you'd be like, yeah, of course, come on. You know, just anything she owns would be worth that much. No, if Lotto was trying to sell anything else of hers, no one would have really bought it like that. You know what I mean? She's not big like that, you know?
Not
And
even
yeah,
all that attractive, if you ask me.
she's not like she's alright. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she's not like yeah, she's alright. Like she's not bad. She's just alright.
Mm-hmm.
So then you wonder to yourself, well, how is it that she could take one pair of panties, one, not even like a few, a collection even,
Yeah.
one pair of maybe no name brand panties we don't even know that was never advertised.
Mm-hmm. They were leopard print, no
They
name.
were they were
Okay?
I mean yeah, they were cute,
They
you
were cute
know, $5, maybe $10, maybe $10 panties. Okay.
at
Um,
Victoria's Secret. Okay.
right? How you going and someone explained this to me, right? So gentlemen, yeah, y'all explain how a chick like Lotto could take her leopard print panties and put them on eBay, okay? As basically as like a low key joke slash clapback. We'll explain the story later.
Exactly.
She started the bidding at 99 cents on eBay. And
Mm-hmm.
over the course of a weekend, y'all thirsty dudes, okay, had the bids up just under $100,000. Yes, yes, under $100,000
It's
and
crazy.
climbing.
Who
Okay.
and she probably didn't even really wear them. It's probably a scheme. It's probably a
Mm-hmm.
scam. All right. She probably either washed them or didn't wear them. See, y'all hoping that she took them straight off of her behind and sold
Mm-hmm.
them. That's probably not even the case.
See, now that's what I want to know. I want to know, like, when y'all, like, gentlemen, right? When because okay, I think some of y'all will not buy Belle Delphine's bathwater or Lotto's panties or whatever, but y'all understand the urge. You do. Some of y'all have the discipline, right? Or the lust control. That's good. You should as grown ass men. But
Mhm.
y'all understand the urge. So I want to know, do y'all want her to have actually worn the panties? Or do you like I mean, because I don't know, man. I think that's the thing. Here's the thing. The crazy thing is, if she had just been selling one pair of panties for 1,000, 100,000, $1 billion, eBay would have let it go. The reason why, for the record, the bidding only got up to $100,000 because the bidding window wasn't done yet. Is because eBay canceled it, and eBay canceled it because you're not allowed to sell worn panties on eBay. Like that's it. That's the whole reason why it didn't go for more. It's because eBay caught wind of it and squashed it, right? But I want to know, do y'all really want her to have really worn the panties? And like, okay, I don't mean like put them on
Listen,
her body for 10 seconds,
girl.
right? I mean like she sweat and just the whole
Yes,
nine.
I'm telling
And
you, the
then
guys, especially like a lot of Caucasians that I know, they want you to wear them. They want you to use the bathroom, pull them back up, go work out in them. They want you to whatever. They just want to have your juices and your sweat all over them so they can sniff them because they're perverts. And like I said, especially Caucasian men. I'm not even just talking about like black men. I'm talking about Caucasians. They want to smell those panties. They want to smell the vagina. This is what they want to do.
okay, hold on. Now, see, I listen. I agree. I think for the record, sorry, when I'm saying I agree, I'm reading the comments, right? And I understand a lot of the men in our audience, and I'm going to say probably 90% of them are not lying, right? There's the 10% of them who are fronting all day long, Okay. And secretly they're like, God damn, I missed that bidding? Man, I would have so been in like Flynn. But
Mhm.
like, just no one told them. Right? No, 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 and it's all right. But I do believe fine. 90% or so of our audience, we get real men over here. So I get that, right?
Mhm.
But y'all still understand where this is coming from. So I need y'all to say now, if you want the panties to have been worn, I want to know: do you want them to be um still dirty, or do you want them to have been washed? But once even if you worn panties and you wash them, they still smell. Ode to whoever wore those panties, right? Like those. So do you want them laundered or not? No, like I mean, seriously, there's got to be a method to this because, like, okay, Lotto 100,000 and it got cut off early is kind of low key crazy, but she's not even by far the only or a rare occurrence. OnlyFans chicks, um, school teachers. I think the one that we did before was a school teacher or whatever, something like that, and she made like 100,000, 75,000 in 3 years selling her used panties. You're like this is a thing. There's
It's a
a there's
thing.
a market.
It's a thing, and I've even heard of people selling socks because they have foot fetishes, so they want to smell the odor and the sweat of the socks. I mean, people have these really nasty, freaky fetishes, and
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, Rubes, I don't think they want to wash those panties. I don't. They want them used, and they want to smell all down there. That's what they
Oh
want.
wait, Melody, hold on. Show the
Oh yeah, let me show
show
it.
the tweets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Let's show these Twitter tweets. Hold on one
yeah.
second, guys. We
Oh,
have
see, Mr. Know-It-All.
what
You're,
is
you're currently my favorite person of the stream. He said, "I didn't miss the bidding. My loan just got rejected by the bank."
oh my god. Hold on, hold on. I'm trying to share it. Oh, why is it so what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
here we go.
this. Uh,
Okay, so those are the panties, guys. And pretty much I think the reason why she posted them on eBay is because her fans were trying to say that she wore them more than once or something.
yeah. Scroll up. The other way. Yeah. Like go
There's
go to the top because it should be up
it
there.
says it
The
right here.
original.
Auction live on eBay since
No,
I
no,
can't.
it's before that. Go back up.
I
Go
don't
towards the
know which
top of
one
the
is.
article.
This is the
Oh,
top.
do you not have the article, the whole article open?
No, I clicked on Twitter. I want to read these Twitter tweets first. I just want people to
Oh,
see like what the people are saying, how desperate the people are. But
okay.
pretty
Because
much the
yeah,
opening bid was 99 cents, guys.
that's
99
opening
cents.
bid.
Opening
Mhm.
bid under a dollar, a penny under a dollar, right?
Mhm.
And okay, let's see what these people are saying. Get the best deals for the panties. Somebody said if they don't smell like booty, I don't want them. If they don't smell like booty, I
See?
don't want them. I told you these people are nasty. Um,
Mhm.
somebody said 30 minutes and she got herself enough for a mansion. I got a
Mhm.
2-for-1 deal and I'll throw mines in two. A woman said that. What is this?
Mhm.
Hmm, let me see what else they're saying. Okay, so you guys get the picture, but I want to go to that article. Somebody said more
Mhm.
worth more than a Honda in 4 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, in 4 minutes. Oh shit, I didn't even know that. 4 minutes?
Do you see
Did
what
you
I'm
know
saying? I didn't. I thought it was 4 days. I really thought it was 4 days. But to be fair, because as soon as eBay is going to catch wind of it, they have to. It's violating their terms of service, right? And see, this is where now, guys, a lot of times, right? A lot of times, we ignore the thirst factor. We ignore or kind of put to the side as a secondary thing. We go, let's not focus on the men's behavior because it's the women that are really engaging in this and continuing to supply this and fill this need from the men and whatever, right? Because they can. And in this case though, that's not what happened here. See, we have to be fair to Lotto. because what Lotto was doing, right, was in essence she was clapping back. Now she was clapping back against what in essence was some dumb materialism and ridiculous expectations from, you could say, a hater, or maybe a fan, or I don't know exactly what you would call the person who posted this. Is this isn't the article, is it? No, this
This
isn't the
is just
article.
the Twitter feed, like scratch and sniff. People are saying crazy stuff. Like I'm just reading these
Mm.
comments. Somebody said, "Do they come vacuum sealed?" And then even some people understand. They're like, "Y'all ninjas are beyond pathetic."
No,
Like
they really are.
that's what
But
we can say. Like, come on, y'all. Why are you guys even like entertaining this?
uh but if you could go into the article, just so we could show them where this all started from and why Lotto did what she did, and then you can go back to the commentary, because I just want people. I posted the article in the private chat, so that way you don't have to try to go back and find it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Have to do all that.
yeah, it'll be too much to try to find it again. So, but this is what happened now. Okay, now, and you think about how dumb this materialism is. So, Lotto was just trying to live her life, and
Mhm.
she got shamed. What did she get shamed for? Was she being shamed for the fact that you could see her panties in public? No, no, of course not. It's fine to dress thottish in public, whatever you want, right? This
Mhm.
is the problem. The problem was that she was wearing leopard print panties on two different occasions ever. Oh,
Oh my God. Wow.
can you imagine? Like the shame of that all, that you would have to wear panties twice.
It's so
Because
stupid.
apparently, now, and that makes me worry about Generation Z. I'm not gonna lie.
All of these
Because it's
stupid
just,
ads.
wait, hmm?
No, I'm just
What happened?
it's a lot of dumb ads in here. But okay, go ahead.
Oh, because I don't know. I see. I don't even know what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, I think. I think I still see Twitter. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like,
Oh,
what
you
is
look.
this?
Oh,
Like,
you're not seeing.
no, we can't see. You have to share that screen. I'm
Oh,
like, what is happening?
I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me go back and share the correct. Look at that. Okay. Let me share the correct
It's
thing.
okay.
Sorry,
Listen,
guys.
you practicing. I believe in you. Uh,
All right, so let me share the screen.
yeah.
Let's go
Yes.
here.
You see that, Dr. Eugene? He's like, twice. Yeah, twice. Can you imagine that you would wear the same panties twice? Ugh, with
Here
disgusting.
we go.
Not like they didn't say without washing. They just said twice. Like that was it. And now, hold on. Where did it go? You were
So
just showing it.
you can't see
Oh,
it?
yeah. Scroll down a little.
Let me read the article so people can understand. It says
Okay, yeah.
eBay took down a listing of musician Lotto's underwear that nearly reached 100,000 in a bidding war, even though it was all a stunt to get back payback at a troll. The company told Insider that selling used underwear goes against the platform's policy. So, real quick, imagine it didn't go against the policy. She would be rich off of a whole bunch of thirsty
Mm-hmm.
dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Okay,
Yep.
let me see what else, because this doesn't really matter right here. Oh yeah, here we go. So it says Lotto put the garment up for auction on Monday after a Twitter user tried to call her out for wearing the same cheetah print thong on two different occasions, as if laundry don't exist.
Right.
Exactly.
Now hold on, show this. So this is what I want everyone to see is this picture, okay? So this
Mhm.
is clearly two completely different days. Could even be different months, years, whatever. But this person was so bored with their own life, okay? That Sia, who the hell that is, says, can't afford new panties.
Right.
And posted these two things together. Now let's pretend she couldn't afford new panties. Like, let's pretend they're the same panties. What the hell does that have to do with affording new panties? Because again, as they said in the article, laundry doesn't exist. What do
Right.
you think laundry's about? Since when? Listen, I went through a stint. I'm not even gonna lie, Melody. I'm coming clean right now, yo. I went through a stint in my early 20s, okay, where I amassed probably 300 songs. And the reason why is because I was too lazy to do laundry. So what was happening is I would get to the end of my panty drawer and then I would go to La Senza, that's like our Victoria's Secret, and then I would buy a bunch on the 5 for 25 sale that they would have of songs, right? I would just pick up, who knows, right? I'd pick up $100 worth of them, right? Because I would do a little hand wash of them in the zero, like zero, what's zero? It's called zero. It's a detergent. With my hand wash, hang them all in the water, and then I would have panties again for another like month, right? And then like work clothes, who cares, right? Whatever. Sometimes the most important ones would get dry cleaned, but man, you can wear work clothes 2, 3 times in a row when you're 21 and your entire life revolves around drinking, right? So I didn't care. So I did live that life for a minute. It wasn't because though, like, oh, you're so gross for re-wearing panties. It's because I was too gross to like just make sure all my stuff was clean and just regularly on a regular basis do laundry, right? So
Mhm.
I'm like, I did live that life for a hot second, but I was never so delusional to think that if I saw a star, right, wearing cheetah print panties on 2 separate occasions, that maybe she was too broke to be able to afford new panties. Because even me and my broke alcoholic ass back in the days could always afford a new pair of panties. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
what I mean, and you don't even have to be the same pair of panties. They can be similar panties. You know how many pair of leopard print panties I have? I have a
Mm.
bunch of them, and they all look the same. So this is just ridiculous in my eyes.
Right. Thank you. Like it's just the insinuation. Just the insinuation. But see, I like Lotto, right? That's why I like to, I'll tell you, I like Lotto because she could have just ignored it, right? She could have just clapped back and been like, well, y'all ain't never heard of laundry, other than her saying, ooh, panty police, right? Like,
Mhm.
like the G police, right? She's like, ooh, the panty police.
There's so
But
many
then,
ads. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it says the next day she listed those panties on eBay, mocking her critic that had sorry, I can't even see it, that she had to sell them because she couldn't wear them twice. She also shares an Instagram story Monday announcing that she was going to wear a pair before selling them. See, that's the key. You gotta wear them. You gotta soak them juices up in those panties
mm-hmm,
before you sell them. So
mm-hmm,
smart. She was smart saying that because that's why she got a high bid. If she wouldn't have announced
mm-hmm.
that she was going to wear them again before selling them, she probably wouldn't have got that much money. What do you think?
Right. No, I absolutely agree. Just really quickly, I want to say, Preach, you might not be familiar with the format of me and Melody's streams when we're doing live and upfront, but we tend to first review the material, whatever it is that we're going to talk about. Me and Melody have, our discussion, give our 2 cents, whatever, and then we open the panel. So we definitely will be dropping the link, but not quite yet. So just engage. You know what I mean? Take notes. Save all of those wonderful thoughts for when we're done. Just so you know. But I see you. I see you want us to drop the link, and I promise you we will. Just not yet.
As soon as we're
Um,
done with this, okay, let's go back. Okay, so what transpired was a major bidding war between her fans. The bidding started at 99 cents and was only supposed to span for a few days. However, the bids quickly skyrocketed, reaching tens of thousands of dollars. When a listing was taken down on Monday evening, it had over $93,000 according to a screenshot shared online. Wow. By Tuesday, however, eBay removed this listing because it violated the guidelines. eBay is committed to maintaining a safe and vibrant community by ensuring goods sold on our platform comply with our policies, including our health and hygiene standards, a spokesperson said in an email statement. Listing that include I'm sorry. Oh, listings that include used underwear are prohibited under our used clothes policies. Lotto, who has over 9 million Instagram subscribers, hasn't directly addressed the takedown, although she joked about the stunt in an Instagram story on Tuesday. She posted a meme of a girl asking her dad why their mother doesn't live with them anymore. Because I spent $95,650 buying Lotto's panties, it read. Even though the rapper won't be able to see her roost, roost through, I'm sorry, people have been cheering her on for twisting the potential diss into a lucrative opportunity. Insider has reached out to Lotto for a comment.
Right? Now, see, that is why it is that I'm not saying nothing bad about Lotto because she put the panties up there at 99 cents, right? Like she was clearly making a joke, right? Oh, y'all, I guess I gotta earn money for these panties because I can't afford them because I had to re-wear one pair once. So, here, I'll sell them to make money. Like it was clearly just a joke, right? She did not expect at all for people to come out in such force that the ending bid was almost $100,000 for real, for real. And the only reason why, again, it wasn't far above that for one pair. Remember, there's a lot of articles, y'all, of women. And again, me and Melody, I can't remember exactly which show it was. I think we were just talking about how, the Insta thoughts are winning. But I pulled up several of these articles to prove these women who in a year are making this much money, that much money from selling panties, from selling this, from selling that. And the thing is that that's like in a year though that they were making 10,000, 50,000, 100. This was one pair. She just put down one pair. One.
Just one pair of panties. And this goes to show how, I hate to say it, guys, but I'm going to, how thirsty a lot of men are. And like I said, I don't even think a majority of the men who are thirsty are African American or Black, period. I think they're like Caucasians. I do, because they're into stuff like that. They're into like buying panties, socks, bath water. This is something they like. It's their fetish. So I don't even think it's Black men as much.
That I disagree with. You know why? Because I think that, and now I agree that overall, right, you're going to see more of this type of fetish. That is definitely a no-no word on YouTube these days, but you see more of that in that demographic, right? But Lotto is not. She's too Black. Even though she's light skinned, she's not even that light skinned anymore. I think she is, but I think that they put a lot of makeup on her to try to make her look blacker to appeal more to the Black demographic. Right, but like her features and stuff, like her nose, the shape of her face, whatever. She is both too Black and yet not Black enough to really appeal to the whiter demographic of the Western world in that way. So I think that the people who were spending this money were predominantly Black people, because they're the ones who, like the Black people who, fancy light-skinned chicks, who would see her as being a little bit more exotical, right? Which is what she's been playing on her entire career with the whole mulatto thing and then Lotto, right? And so, because I think a lot of otherwise, why'd you pay that much money for some random chick's panties? She doesn't have an OnlyFans where you've seen her naked. She's not a porn star where you've seen her naked. Like, there's nothing else you've seen her in. So that means you'd have to know her music. And her music, she's not that big yet. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, she's not at all. She's not big at all. But yeah, these guys, this is a major L for the community, and for not only for the community,
major
men, period. It's major. I can't believe that you guys were bidding that high for an average chick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually the men,
So average. And
very,
she's slightly overweight too. Like, okay, she's not overweight, but like she ain't thin. Do you know what I mean? Like she's not fit like that. Like she's like if you look at her face and her neck, like you can see like
she got a lot of fat.
yeah, she's like 10 pounds away from being overweight. Like obviously. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. You see a lot of oh, what do you call that? Cellulite in her face and in her neck. And she's young. So to have
yeah,
cellulite in your face at that age in your early to mid 20s is not good.
right. And I'm not like hating on her. I'm just saying that to be able to sell one pair of your panties for $100,000, either the girl's ridiculously, crazily hot,
Mhm.
right, or like she has a crazy porn vid or something, right, or that's just how pathetic the culture has become that
Mhm.
men are valuing women to the extent that no matter what she looks like, even if she is kind of low key subpar as far as even the stars, like she's like a D list celebrity and not even the most attractive D list celebrity,
Mhm.
and yet these dudes were willing to pay that much money for a pair of her panties
A pair
so
of
they could imagine sleeping with her, or I guess they could sniff
so they
it
can
while
sniff
they
them. They want to sniff them.
bro, like someone needs y'all need to help because the thing is, right, is again, we hold women accountable all the time, right, and not only that, but we hold women accountable when they don't call out other women, right,
Mhm.
just for them not calling out other women. How dare you not hold these other women accountable? How dare you not call out these women? How dare you turn a blind eye to what these women are doing, right? And I agree that we should do that, right? But why are we now, right? Why we have to look at the other side of this, right? Because 304 culture could not be so successful. Insta thoughts could not be winning to this degree, okay?
Mhm.
If dudes were not feeding them, literally, right? Like y'all are shoveling all of your hard-earned money into their pockets, like on purpose. And y'all know you are. And like Pokemon, right? There was a whole thing with that streamer Pokemon, right? She's some average chick. She's really not that attractive. She just got in on the whole gamer girl thing earlier than other people, fine. Um,
Mhm.
and it was kind of like a joke, I guess just joking, not really, about some of her followers were literally homeless so they could keep paying her money just just
Wow.
just to exist. Like she doesn't do anything. She doesn't send them titty pics or something. You know what I mean? Like she just exists. She's just a hot girl who will say hi to you in the chat. And it's like, no, it's like, dude, listen. Men are facilitating this behavior. Men are the ones who are convincing women. And this is why I say it all the time. The reason why these women are like this is because of men. The reason why there's 400-pound women saying that, oh, I need to and you're going to the reason why that's happening is because some dude is the person who facilitated that. Some dude told that chick she was super hot and could have that attitude and she's going to get everything she wants and gave her everything she wanted. And then you know what? She tried it again and it worked again. And she tried it again and it worked again. And the world keeps telling women that this is okay. And that's why they keep doing it.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Sex work is the number one source of income for a lot of these women.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, these women are selling panties now. This is so exactly, Demetrius. Is shameful. You got that
Mm-hmm.
right. Let me highlight that. It's very shameful for the
Mm-hmm.
women and the men because the men are funding these women. Um, I don't know. This is crazy. This is
Oh
really,
boy, Melody, I got a question for you.
yeah.
Now, I'm just saying it's a question for you. It's not actually, but it is sort of. So Mr. Know-It-All says, "How is it an L? It proves we got money to blow."
Ah,
Oh whoa whoa.
oh, whoa,
Oh
whoa.
whoa whoa.
Listen, it's a L because you guys are like feeding these 304s. These are 304s. The guys in this space preach against 304s. They shame 304s. They want to bring shame back, you know? How are we gonna stop them or shame them when we're funding them, when we're paying their bills, literally. You know what I mean?
Right.
When these women with the money you guys are giving them, they're getting BBLs, dying on tables. You know what I mean? They're buying $500-$600 weaves and wigs. Like, you guys, everything you guys speak against, you're funding, because the money that you guys are giving these women for the sex work, for the panties or whatever, is going to these things. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Like,
And the
wow.
thing is, like, y'all, when we try to tell y'all, listen, you got girls, a lot of good girls are born. They don't want to be part of this culture, but literally everything that in their life tells them that if they're not, they will be overlooked and they will die old maids. They will die old maids, alone, struggling the hardest life for no payoff. What? So they could look themselves in the mirror as they die alone? Like, they're not about that life. And then, everyone's like, oh, that's not true because men want this and men want that. But you know what? The reality, their lying eyes are telling them different, right? So
Mhm.
y'all, I don't know. It's like on one side, y'all have what you feel in your heart and soul, right? But the reality, right, is that there's enough men in this world that chicks like Lotto. Actually, no, I mean, let's forget that. There's enough men in this world that chicks way lower than Lotto
Way
are
below her.
making bank,
Hmm.
bank from selling their used panties and their used socks
Socks.
and goddamn toe pictures. I swear to God. Like,
Foot pick. Yo, these women are making, like, they're 100,000 a year off of feet pics. I'm hearing a lot of these women off of just feet
mhm,
pics. Like, what?
bro.
What?
Bro, what about the chick who went to the hospital because selling her farts was so lucrative that she needed to keep amping up how much fart she could produce to put in jars to sell to dudes
Oh my
who
goodness. And they're
like
buying it?
yes girl, yes, she was quickly becoming like a millionaire from selling farts in
I'll tell
jars
you that
until
that's a lot of that is the Caucasian culture. That's not us. That's not, I don't think that's the black community doing that with the farts and the bath water. That's not really in our nature to do that.
Oh, see, I like, hold on, Mr. Noel, what he just said. Sim stands for self pimp. Yeah.
Well,
You know what
exactly.
they are. This is the thing, right? This is where I'm like, no, I really feel like we need to have a discussion here now about, okay, what do we really do? Because and I say we because as a woman, right? I speak to and I got younger women coming up, women who are my age or even older sometimes, right? But who look at my life, or and they want me to be setting an example for them. But now, how do they get from where they're at to where they want to go? Here's the problem: is that to try to explain to them, right? Like, oh yeah, no, you just just cover up more. Just cover up and don't be a hoe and you'll be great. No, they won't. That's not true. It's not because and the thing is that the crazy thing is the cost of living is crazy. We all know it is, right? And you hear the men talk about it all the time. But here's the thing: is that a lot of women are not struggling because they can do this as a second or a third stream of income, right? Just sell
Mhm.
some feet pics, sell some this pics, sell some that pics, sell some of their dirty panties. They don't even have to engage in sexual congress. And then that on top of their regular job, they're making bank, two hundred
Yeah, they're
thousand a
making
year.
more than a lot of these women are making more than you. That's why they
Mhm.
feel like they don't need you, because
Mhm.
you guys are providing for them already without being their husbands. You're providing for them. These women don't have to get married to get a man's resources and money. They're getting it from you. You know,
Right.
like, go ahead.
See, now, and Mr. Bondurant saying it usually doesn't last. So, it lasts long enough. It's lasting. Yeah. See, this is the thing. What men don't realize is on one side the argument that men are making, and maybe we should drop the link because I
Yeah,
mean
already.
normally do an hour, but I'm dying a little bit inside. So
Okay, let's do it. Let's invite some people.
yes, if you could drop the link, and I'll just say this: Um, what you guys don't realize while you make the argument that youth and beauty is everything. Um, I gotta find that clip for Melody so I could play it so that way when I say it, you can hear the way his voice sounded. And then
Mm-hmm.
every time someone says beauty is everything, you'll know exactly who I'm referring to and exactly what it sounded like when he said it. But no, because he's like, beauty is everything. Like it was
I
real
didn't know he
serious.
said that. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes.
so okay. Now, what the thing is, though, right, is that even though youth and beauty is a lot to men, and we can understand, I'll say, even as an evolutionary psychologist, right, it's very obvious to see how and why that preference, developed, or why that attraction developed to some extent. Men are forgetting that as a result of that, right, if normal attraction would be that from about the age of 16, let's be real, that's when most people are deep enough into puberty that they start, they really start developing their woman body now. So from the age of, say, 16 to, let's say, 30, 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of your golden era of woman body. And then, your libido starts going up and your looks start going down. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
What we're forgetting, though, is that means that there's several years before you turn 16 where you're not at ideal, but you're still getting all of that attention because you've already hit puberty, right? And then, of course, before you've even hit puberty, now we're talking about little girl privilege, right? Because you're a little girl, you start figuring out that you can start manipulating boys, you can manipulate older people in life just because you're a girl. And, especially if it's you versus a boy, right? You can play the innocent card. You can play the naive card. You can play the ouchie, woe is me, I'm just a girl card, right? And so you learn those things. No, you didn't. You learn those things from so early, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're forgetting, right, that women, as a result, start learning that they should interact with their environment, and whatever the environment tells them they can do, that's most beneficial for them, that they should do. That's what women evolved to do, right? So to try to tell women, well, no, you should stop doing the things that are most beneficial for you. You should just stop.
Absolutely.
How? Why? Why would they? Why would they just stop? They should just stop, and then what? And then hope that they get noticed, even though they will basically be invisible.
Ridiculous.
No, and I had one more thing here. Now, Mr. Know-It-All. So, and we were having a little debate here about it. I'm going to have to, when I am better, I will pull up the whole thing and we will review this study because everyone refers to it a lot. And I went, oh, I never read the study, and I don't normally do that. Not normally that irresponsible, but I hadn't. And reading the study and seeing that, no, men are a lot more or less likely than women are to speak to people on dating apps that they find less attractive. So as crazy as that is, right? Women are actually more likely to speak to people they think are not that attractive. They think are, I don't know, maybe he's overweight. I don't really like that kind of hair. I don't think he's got a great face. But
Yeah.
his message was funny, so I'll try. Right? Women are more likely to make decisions like that than men are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that goes to show you that, again, women are willing to kind of open their horizons and see what might be best for them. Men need to do something. They need to clench that muscle and do something different, right? Because what they need to be doing is sending women a different message that the 304 lifestyle, like doing all this stuff that they do, this is not the best way to go about life. Because that's what they're telling. They're like, that's all they're telling us. They're telling us this is what we should do. I should just go start an OnlyFans page and just sell feet pictures and use panties. I have
You
so
know
many. I
these
just told you I had
guys,
like 100.
You know how many times I thought of that because I have pretty feet. I love to get my pedicures. I'm always getting compliments on my feet in the summer when people look down, like, "Oh, you have pretty feet." So I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie, like, should I make an OnlyFans? But then I'm like, nah. You know what? That's not even my lane. I'm better than that. But I know for a fact the way men go
Mhm.
crazy over my feet. I know I will bank. I will probably be rich off of feet pics. And whose fault is
Mm.
that? That's not my fault. That's the men who are
Right.
who are funding me's fault, not my fault. I'm just doing what I gotta do. you know?
Facts. Facts. Right. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't hate on it. I don't hate the, what do they say? You don't hate the player, hate the game. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, in this case, men are creating the game. So we can keep trying to blame women and going, see, but they just won't change.
Exactly.
Why
But
would they?
real quick, Ruby, because I want to get this out the way. Let's read the super chat from Kings
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Dreams. Thank you, Kings and Dreams, for the $10
Thank
super chat.
you.
Appreciate it. He said, salute to Melody and Ruby. I love to see y'all rock out with a closed panel one day. Also,
Mhm.
salute to the chat. Let the ladies cook. Thanks. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. That is a plan. We do have a plan. We just have to find all of the panelists, right? And then once we have the perfect set of panelists, we're gonna do like a regular panel, and not every single day, right? But like and not to replace us, right? Because we will always have our own thing too. But we want to do a panel, like a closed panel that is a set in stone panel of these regular panelists. We just have to find a good balance of men and women,
Mm-hmm.
of not just echo chamber of a bunch of different areas of thought and whatever. And yeah, that is definitely on our list. Thank you.
Yeah, sure
See.
is. But
Mm-hmm.
let's start with Glocktavius because he came up first. Hi, Glocktavius.
Lactavius.
What's going on?
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Hello.
What up?
On your mind about this topic? Do you agree, real
Listen,
quick? Do you agree that men need to hold each other accountable for these women becoming rich on OnlyFans and everywhere else? Do you agree with that, first of all?
Oh,
no, no, I don't.
oh,
Why not?
oh. Always the
They ain't.
Glocktaviuses.
Right.
It's, I don't think so because you can't. There's nothing we could do really. There's nothing we could do. You ain't gonna stop somebody from tricking if they want to trick. You can say whatever you want. They're gonna do it because it's in their blood. Like there's nothing we could do about the simp right there. I'm sorry. Like I don't think so.
So you can't, well, yeah, I guess you're right. So what's the difference between a pick me holding a Keisha accountable and a man like you or anybody else in this chat room holding a simp accountable? Like, what's the difference?
Uh, the difference between a pick me and a simp holding the same.
No, no. What's the
Ah,
okay? So you know how you guys people say the women need to hold other women accountable, like you guys
Uh-huh.
call us pick me's, we need to hold other women accountable. Why
Uh-huh.
can't you men hold the simps accountable and the Pookies and Ray Rays accountable? Like, what's the difference?
well, well, see, first of all, I necessarily don't think pick me's need to be going after Keisha like that. That's what I think. But I know what you're saying because dudes be saying that. When it comes to something bad, like say a Keisha said something bad, like oh, abort black babies, then the pick me's could say something. But in this case, with this guy giving 100 grand for some panties, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing in a sense because it is enabling, I guess, some bad whole behavior. But it's
Mhm.
really not like a detrimental thing. It's not bad. It's just like some corny shit that you shouldn't do. So it depends on what we're talking about when we're talking about holding somebody accountable. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying a little bit or no?
No, I do.
She's
I
just
do.
saying agreeing with it.
No, Ruby's not agreeing. No,
I want to
Ruby,
say
can you
this though. I
agree?
want to say no. I want to say this though pertaining to the topic. I think that women are simps too, because I think if Beyonce was to, I don't know, clip off a piece of her hair, one of you hoes would buy it for like 50 grand. Like I
No,
really do. Like so one of these Beyonce worshippers, these beehives, they'll come out the pocket quick. I mean, y'all made her a billion. So
but that's
I
fair.
don't think huh?
That's a little
Mhm.
different than buying somebody's
No, it
used
is the same thing.
sweat-soaked panties so you can sniff. That's a
Right.
little different.
No,
Well,
no,
actually,
it's not
here's the
different.
thing. The reason
Go
why
ahead.
it's different, right? The reason why it's different to buy, and me and Melody were speaking about this. I guess maybe it was. I don't know if it was before we started properly or not. But when you're talking about a real star, right? So whether it's male or female, Elvis or Beyonce or whatever, right? When you're talking about real stars, they in a way have like an inherent kind of value that, for example, was it? Hold on. I think it might be Beyonce. It's someone like that though. One of these female stars had her legs and booty insured for $1 million, some shit like that. But the reason why is because their body is a product, right? They are literally known for these things, and the stuff that comes off of their body even appreciates in value because it's linked to their stardom. So when someone, this is why people will do all kinds of crazy stuff to stars, steal like their used Kleenexes and creepy stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, it's super creepy and stalkerish to be stealing people's Kleenexes and whatever. But when it's Elvis's Kleenex, suddenly, right, it might have been creepy in the moment, right? People might have been willing to pay $50, $100 for that at the time. But now, if someone had that and you can confirm it really was Elvis's, man, that's gonna go for a pretty penny. It basically has Elvis's DNA on it, right?
Mhm.
That's now millions of dollars. So it's different when you have a superstar's something came off their body, they touched it, it has their sweat on it, whatever, right? That's gonna continue appreciating in value. That is very different than like Lotto is
First of all, she's not
maybe a
even
D-list,
an A-list.
maybe D-list,
Right. She's
maybe.
not even an A-list.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lotto is a celebrity. If you don't, you could accept it or not. She is a celebrity at this point, and there are going to be creeps
D-list.
after her.
Yeah.
I am surprised that a creep has that much money to give to her. I am, but I don't. There's no difference. Like you can say Elvis or whoever you want to say. It doesn't matter at this point. Apparently, she can sell her. She can sell farts. She can sell her shit. She could sell whatever the hell she want to sell at this point, and the money proves it. So you can't downplay her celebrity.
Well, see, that's the thing. I can downplay her celebrity because we have many examples in the culture very recently. Just say they've done a lot of stories. I'll say I probably read 15 to 20 myself just since Rona started. That proved that the reason why Lotto's panties were going for under 100K when she wasn't even really trying to sell them like that. Has nothing to do with her celebrity, has to do with her being a beautiful woman or attractive to some level woman, because there are old housewives, 80-year-old women, kind of ugly women, heroin addicts who are recovering, whatever. There's so many women. Like you can just Google it. You wouldn't even hit Lotto first. You know how many women have done this and then they write a story about, oh my God, I made $75,000 this year by selling my panties. Like
Yeah,
this.
So I want to say this. I want to say this. I think that they're lying about the price of their panties, the ones that are doing it. And I think that the only way to determine how much panties cost or sell for is to sell yours. I think that that is really the only way to determine what the actual marketplace value of panties are. Now, I do want to say this as well, that I don't really mind the whole concept of a person buying panties, but I do not like when brothers in particular don't negotiate. Like you should negotiate all things. I think that if and I don't know who the person is that you're talking about, but I feel that if I think that he could have got it for 10K. I just wish brothers negotiated better. No, honestly, like I can't stand when people don't really negotiate. I negotiate everything in life. I can't stand it.
Well, it was eBay. So she put them actually on eBay for 99 cents. And it wasn't even really like a serious thing. It was just because she was being shamed for wearing the same pair of panties twice by some person on Twitter. Like, laundry doesn't exist. So she, as like a kind of like a joke or a clapback, kind of posted, like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm selling my panties on eBay since I can't afford to buy more, right? And starting at 99 cents, she didn't think it was gonna do what it did. And so people kept outbidding, right? And that's how eBay works. So it wasn't really a negotiation process. It's just someone was already willing to pay everything from 99 cents up to $95,000 or whatever it was at the time eBay finally cut it off.
No, that's a negotiation. I mean, because it's an auction basically. So
yeah,
if that's what the market determined, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Now, as far as men checking, I do believe that men should check simps. At all costs. I do believe that. There was some simp ass nigga just yesterday talking about, pussy is God or some crap like that, leveraging pussy and it must be spoken against. However, just ill behavior or people with particular fetishes and stuff doing ill stuff, I don't see that as simping. I think that some people just like smelling panties, and I pick my battles, and I'm not gonna go into battle over somebody's desire to smell panties. I don't.
Okay. But if we as women, right, need to call out, so we want, and I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying if you want, the culture overall to get better, or for there to be a better example for our children, right, then we are supposed to do our part. So in the case of women, right, we're supposed to call out bad behavior. We're supposed to bring back shame to bad behavior or to behavior that is self-destructive or destructive towards the greater good of the community, right? Mm-hmm. And so in the same way that we should be calling out women who are over-sexualizing themselves and selling their panties on the internet, if there's not, though, on the other side, if there aren't men calling out men for buying the panties and for funding these women, making it incredibly profitable for them to do these things, right? Well, then it's almost like we're yelling into the void for no reason.
Let me ask you a question, Ruby. Do you think that women should shame groupies?
I think that would, like, wait, what kind of groupie?
Like a groupie, like one of those groupies that they at the concerts, they trying to do some weird, a groupie. You think women should shame groupies?
You didn't really say. You need to give me more.
You don't know what a groupie is?
I think that there's different kinds of groupie. That's why I said what kind of groupie, because it does make a difference.
Melody, you think that women should shame groupies? You get me?
She might have stepped away for a second.
Here's the thing. A person.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking on mute. I was saying other women groupies or men groupies. Which one?
Women. Do you think that women? Do you think that women should shame women groupies?
No, why? Well, yeah, of course. Groupies, as far as like following celebrities around and stuff like that.
All that, even trying to have sex, all that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They don't though. They do not.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It should go both ways. Women should shame and men should shame each other.
You know why they don't? Because it's really not a big giant deal. It's really not such a bad thing. It's the same thing with these dudes. They're basically male groupies chasing around female celebrities or pretty privilege. Women that have pretty privilege, chasing them around, doing groupie shit. Like, that's all I see. You understand what I'm saying? I get that it's increasing a woman's entitlement. I get that it's making women, their egos get inflated, but that's what happens when you're a celebrity or you're extremely pretty or something like that. I don't like the fact that the collective of women are getting validation from this. I feel like ugly women think that they could pull this shit off too. I think that's a problem because ugly men know that they don't got handsome privilege. They know that. They know. So the only problem with all of this is if regular women think that they're the shit now because Lotto did what she did.
Good
To think
point.
that they're entitled
Yeah,
to
but
think that they're
Lotto,
But
entitled to
that's the
some rich nigga.
problem. That's the
They think
problem,
they're
though.
entitled. No,
Octavian.
hold on, because Kevin Samuels made a whole thing about these average at best women thinking that their pussy is worth more than it is because they think that they're supposed to get some type of courtship on the strength of just being a woman. So the
Yeah,
real
but even
issue
Kevin
is, but
Samuels.
the real issue is, how is the average woman internalizing? How are they receiving it? Because if they're
Right.
receiving it like, well, this is what men should do, and I should be able to sell my coochie or whatever you want to sell for $100,000. Like
Yeah, but here's the
that's the
problem,
only
though.
issue.
What we're missing, first of all, and because even Kevin Samuels would regularly address this. I mean, generally everyone would address this, right? That when it comes to being able to get temporary gains, yes, even fat and or ugly women can get all of those temporary gains. Can they get a husband? Do they have the same kind of bounce back that pretty girls get? Right? As in, oh, you decide to be a hoe for 10 years and now you want to bounce back and get a husband. Do they get that same kind of bounce back and memory issues where people just forget that you were a hoe because, oh, well? No. But the thing is that temporary gains, the immediate gain, right? Where you're going to get all that same attention. And hey, you know what? You got to get you that purse. He going to get you that purse. You know why? Because it's normalized behavior. So when you normalize a behavior, right, then it starts trickling down and affecting everybody, not just the super hot chicks, not just the top, 5% of OnlyFans chicks. No, it's going to start slowly affecting every woman because the more men start seeing this as normalized behavior, the more that men are going to be willing to do the behavior. The more that a lot of men are going to start aiming for, I'm going to say, lower and lower women that they think might actually benefit them because they're more likely to have access to that woman in a more real way than they would to the woman who's significantly hotter. And so in and of itself, they would feel more of a payoff for that. So the problem is, right, is that even though you as a man, right, or a lot of our audience either wouldn't do this shit at all, definitely wouldn't do it for no woman who's under a certain level and blah, 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 right? What we need to realize is that the majority of the world out there is not our audience, right? They're just not. And when we're talking about groupies, here's the thing. Nothing is being shamed these days, but guess what used to be shamed? The groupies used to be shamed. Yes, that's why we talk about bringing back shame. Because guess what? The woman who used to be a groupie, right? She needed to entirely change identities. That's why when she was being a groupie, if she was rebelling because she's from a good family, people just knew her as some dumbass name that she picked out of a hat, right? Her looks completely different, whatever. And then she would go away with some family member from some next place or whatever and get married over there or change her whole looks, everything, right? And then just pretend that part of her life never happened and hope to God, burn all the pictures, everything. Because yes, groupies were shamed. They were shamed. It was very embarrassing. You couldn't find a husband. You couldn't find a respectable life. You couldn't be part of the PTA. Your children would have to deal with the shame of you being a groupie and so on and so forth. These are things that were absolutely happening. So shame did exist back then. And so when we talk about the fact that we need to bring shame back, it's because we recognize we've let go of shaming people to try to keep some level of goodness and respectability in the community. We need to bring back shame.
It's not good for the average woman to see. I don't know if that's what you were saying. I agree with that. But honestly, like, let's put it like this. If I was with okay, this happened in real life, so I'm gonna just say it. So I'll go to the club with my girl, right? And there'll be a guy. He'll want to buy my girl a drink. Don't even know I'm with her, but he'll want to buy her a drink. You think I'm gonna stop that guy? Do you think I would stop him,
You
Ruby?
should.
No,
Okay.
I
I
should not. I
I
said,
think
you know what I'm gonna tell her? Hold on. You know what I'm gonna tell her? Tell him to get you 2 drinks, and then give me the other one. That's what I'm gonna do. You feel me? Like this, I'm not gonna shame the simp. I'm gonna use the simp the same way the hoes do.
Somebody
Oh
said
Matter
shit.
of
that's
fact,
a fight. See, I've been in
let me go
situations.
further.
Look,
Let me ask
I've been.
GC a question. Huh?
Hold on. I've been in situations where my man, at the time, we went out and guys was all over me, and he would get very upset about it because he's like, oh, well, I guess it depends. Like he was like, oh, they don't see you with me. Like that's mad disrespectful. A lot of men would take that as disrespect.
If they do it in front of them, yeah.
That's what I mean.
If somebody's flirting with your girl in front of you, but they don't even know you're there, and they're trying to get with your girl, and she starts using them, I'm not gonna stop her.
Oh, if they don't know you're there, that's okay. That's different. If they don't know you're there.
Hey, let me ask GC a question. GC, if you had a
He left.
girlfriend, he left. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the other 2 dudes ain't talking. I was gonna ask him,
well, we
but
haven't got let them in. Maybe we should allow them to speak their piece first, and then you can ask your questions to them after.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Leo came first, so let's go with Leo. Hi, Leo.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
sir.
how are you?
Good. I mean, I think we should shame these dudes that spend this ludicrous amount of money to get box. Because I was
Facts.
watching the Pink Book Lessons, and she had a story about a rapper who spent like 12 bands to smash a chick. And honestly, that's why a lot of these females are entitled, because there's always some desperate dude willing to pay whatever asking price they ask
Mhm.
for. And it just, even if that particular chick isn't the one that gets the money, she'll tell her girlfriends, and then her girlfriends will believe they can get the same thing. So now, like, because you got these simp ass dudes that's willing to spend a crazy amount of money to get laid, it's causing a lot of these women to be entitled. And I'm like, dude, you can't get like vagina for free. Like you can't get it for like $40, like 12 bands. That's a lot. So dudes definitely need to like shame dudes that just be doing that stuff. That's why I think, and I know like in this space, like dudes don't like, what do you call it, like dating coaches and game, but like you got all these incels out here. You got all these dudes that are desperate for a vagina, just don't know how to talk to women, don't know how to get women. What is your solution to helping them?
But
I
this,
do think I think that dudes really need to teach other men how to talk to women and how to get women, because there's way too many dudes out here that are extremely desperate for vagina. Like I got female friends that I've dated that tell me about other dudes they went out on dates with, and how dudes be like literally first date, yo ma, can we go to the hotel? Like don't even know how to talk to the girl, set things up, nothing. So I definitely do think it's a problem. Right?
well,
Dudes need to.
let me say this
Oh, go ahead.
Facts.
real quick. Like, I don't mind if you're paying for it straight out. Like
It's just the price.
paying
Like
for the
the
paying for the vagina is different. You paying, you do you. That's it. But when you're buying underwear, dirty underwear,
No, but like
rocks
dudes
and
will
stuff,
pay,
that's
like
different.
Melody. Dudes will pay chicks bills for like a whole year for some vagina. Dudes will buy
Yeah.
a girl a car for some vagina. Like dudes will give this girl like access to like their bank account, and that's not even their girl for vagina. Like
Like
that's
once.
doing way
Yeah.
that's doing way too much. And I cannot blame these women for being entitled, because they can always find some dude that's desperate enough to actually pay for that.
Right. And the
So
reason why that men didn't used to allow that to happen is because the shame of your boys, of the guys on the block, of your family, of everyone knowing that that's like you wouldn't be able to outlive it. You wouldn't be able to run it. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself, right?
I
So there was
I
a
remember when
limit.
yeah, like I remember when back in the day, if they found out you was tricking, you would be shamed for that, right? Now there's no shame because it ain't tricking if you got it. And then like now, even if you doing like the most to get vagina, there's no shame in that either. There's like, okay, do what you got to do, but no, I think dudes need to buckle down on that and really help these dudes out here, like these incel dudes, learn how to talk to women, learn how to date them, get it
Yes.
for the free. Like somebody should teach a class of how to get vagina for the free.
Right, but like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with paying for it. Paying for the box because some men, let's be honest, it's hard for some men to get that. So if you're just going up and paying them, you're doing it safe. I don't have a problem with that.
How
But
much are you paying?
I don't know. I mean, the
But
price. Price.
Melody, that's the point I'm saying. It's like the price.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I
Oh, the
understand
price.
it ain't.
He's not
I,
talking about paying for a vagina. He's not saying, oh, well, hey, you said your price is $200 for the night. Okay, I'll pay $200. It's these women who are saying, you better buy me a Fendi bag if you want to be able to,
Yeah,
sniff
right.
my
And I
naked
understand.
coochie. It's like,
I
what?
understand that. I wasn't talking about that. I'm just talking about. I don't see anything wrong with just paying for it, like telling her
So
what
it
it
ain't
is. You
tricking
give
if
me
you
this,
got
I'll
it.
give you that.
Yeah.
But if
No.
you buying bags and panties and stuff, that's a whole different ball game. I don't agree with that.
Mm.
It ain't.
And
Is
now
it
let me
because
ask.
if it's cheap, it ain't tricking? Then that's basically
but
what y'all
hang on.
saying.
But do you think there should be a limit to it?
Yeah, hey,
I think
is
there
it
should be
is
a
it or is
limit
it
to
not?
it.
Is it tricking if you got it, or is it doesn't matter? It's tricking.
No.
I
I think you
I
should be
think
able to buy
it
any
ain't.
service. If
I
you
think
want
there should be a
anything you
limit
can
to it at
buy.
least.
Think about it this way. You
So
can
he
pay
said there's
someone
a
to
limit.
give you a
So is
massage. You can pay
so
someone to do just about
he got
anything
a
for
fine
you, right?
there's a
Uh-oh.
$5 amount. That's all he's saying. He's saying I guess 300 and lower is okay.
Well, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you can pay people for services rendered, right? In general, you can pay people for just about anything. You can pay people to cook for you, clean for you, massage you, to walk your dog for you, to clean your house for you. You can pay people for anything. And to me, sex can also be a transaction in the same way. I
Yeah.
don't really see an inherent issue with paying for something that you want.
Right.
So, whether it's because you're just young and inexperienced, and you know what, it would just be easier for you to get the first times out of the way, you pay someone, they're going to show you the ropes, you feel a little bit better about it. All right,
That's
fine,
good.
Or
Right,
if you
right.
are a businessman and so you just don't got time to be out there trying to troll and look for it or whatever, or you're in school, you're busy, but you want to get that itch scratched. So, hey, listen, I'm going to make it simple. I'm paying for you to go away at the end of it all. We have an arrangement. I know everything I'm going to get. I don't have to try to convince nobody to get nothing. Okay, great. That's fine, right? The problem is coming in because a lot of guys agree with what we're saying. Like they agree with the idea that, it's always tricking, and tricking's terrible. You should never pay for box. But at the same time, they also have no game. They have no idea how to just, find a woman who likes them too and wouldn't mind getting into bed with them and then asking for that. They have no idea, right? And so they
And
end up
Rudy,
falling prey to these
it
women
creates.
who are just using them and getting them to pay for all kinds of stuff for the hope that maybe one day they might be able to get some box. And
But like
that's a
it
different
creates
story.
so many problems. Like you have dudes that literally think they can buy a woman's love, right? Or they
Mm-hmm.
can buy a relationship from a woman, or like they can buy the hottest chick and she really falls for them. And so it just creates so many problems that dudes do this. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, you get to smash a chick that's way out of your league, but then it creates like a whole bunch of entitlement with other women that see it. So
That's what
I
I'm saying.
think that's why there should be like a limit to it at least.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, women be simping too. They might not simp for every guy, but once they find that guy they like, they willing to give up money and all type of shit. That's why
Yep.
they be on the internet mad because they be giving up coochie very early. They do a lot of shit. They'll give up money. They'll trick. They just don't do it with everybody. But when they find that guy, they turn into big simps. Okay, so I get it. Like, guys are more pervasive with our tricking. Women are more singular with their tricking, but it's still the same thing. Once you find somebody you like and they got you open and vulnerable, nigga, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think? Oh, well, let's go with the next person. But Ruby, I think it's your turn to read this.
Oh, okay. Kings and Dreams. Oh, with the follow-up. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And he said, no, I met Melody and Ruby just talk. No, panel. We did that once.
Yeah, we did that already. We just like panels. We like to have conversations with people. So
exactly.
But it's Happy Life's turn. Hi, Happy Life.
Yes. Hi, Happy Life.
What it is, y'all? What it is on a Tuesday night?
What it is?
Hey.
What's your take on the situation?
Well, it's going to be a 25-year process. I think the world would be better off. I just think that we do love women and stuff, but we cannot spoil them to death, because once we do that, they're going to be entitled, and then, you don't have a nation at the end of the day. So I just think there's a balance between that.
Well, it's nothing wrong with spoiling your woman. You can spoil her as much as you want. But a random stranger buying their panties and socks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes in.
You can't be doing that one.
Now, do you think men should hold other men accountable?
I'd say all we can really do is like, yeah, but the women gonna do what they want to do and what they gotta do. As long as we keep up on our end, we're all right. I don't know what the women gonna do, but focusing on us is better.
True. But how do you how do you help other brothers to stop simping for women, like to stop doing things like that, buying panties and stuff?
Like I said, this is a long-term process. 2023 simps are crazy, and it's gonna take at least like maybe 2030. But like I said, if we focus on us and we got some dating coaches out there, you know what I'm saying? But I wish men would create like dating counseling centers or something like that, where we can sit down and counsel them and be like, look, there's nothing wrong with buying women panties and all that stuff, but let's not put too much stock in women, you know what I mean?
Right. That's why I don't get like why dudes are. I mean, I get like how some dudes hate dating coaches, but you can't deny that some dudes out here need that, like, because they're doing too much to try to get a woman, and they don't even have to do all that.
Well, you know what? We could look at it the other way around too now. Like Melody and Ruby, perhaps women should tell other women to give it up a little bit easier. That way there won't be any simps around here. There's too many women denying men pussy for no reason. Like I just don't feel like it tonight. Like there's too many of that going on.
No, we should not be telling women to be giving up.
I don't see that changing. I don't see that changing.
I gotta agree with Ruby on that, man.
Hold on. The issue is you could take a woman on a date, you could buy her a nice dinner, you could do whatever you want. You could give her a nice evening, and she still doesn't feel like she should return any favor. She still doesn't feel like she should give you any pussy. That's an issue. Okay?
Whose fault is that? That's not
Hold on.
And welcome to the panel, Mel.
Hey, Mel. Welcome.
Who's that, Mel?
Yeah.
I'm on my iPad, so I'm not home yet.
Well, she gives it up.
I'm still plugging.
Oh, your audio is kind of bad.
Yeah.
I'm on my iPad. Let me try.
but this is what I was trying to say. This is what I was trying to say. The entitlement that you guys decry that you're talking about right now. Oh, if you keep on inflating women's egos, it's gonna get even worse. The sin problem. Well, what I'm trying to do is to like deflate it. The problem is if women don't feel like they should do anything for a man, even after a date, where you think that should come from? Somebody need to talk to these women and tell them, look, okay, if you're gonna be with a man, take his money, take his time, you should at least give him some pussy. If that was the culture, we wouldn't have simps spending $100,000 on panties. That's my point.
Where they give it up on the first date? What do you think of that?
I never said give it up on a first date. I never said give it up on a first date. I'm talking about if you're courting a woman, she shouldn't feel like, oh, I don't have to give him nothing. She shouldn't feel like that. That's feminine.
But sir, respectfully, the reason why I'm going to disagree with you here is because if we had that kind of culture which I do think that we should definitely shame the type of behavior where women go on dates just to get free food or to be able to get, admission into places they can't afford themselves, but, they're not genuinely dating, like, because they're interested in the guy. You should definitely shame that behavior for real. However, here's the thing. It wouldn't solve the problem of men buying chicks' panties and da-da-da-da-da because the men are buying the panties of women they don't have access to, not to the ones, they're not buying the panties of the woman they can bring on dates, but then that woman doesn't sleep with them at the end of the dinner. They're buying the panties of the woman who's so hot and so out of their league that if they don't even have the nerve to ask for a date, but if they did, there's no way in hell she'd ever say yes. So it wouldn't really change the behavior of the buying panties in the bathwater and whatever.
This is what it would change, though. It would, if he's getting pussy from a chick that's a 7 versus he's not getting satisfied with that. But the problem is the chick that's a 7 thinks she got the entitlement of a chick that's a 10. You understand what I'm saying? The problem here is really finesse culture that they want to talk about shaming simp culture, but finesse culture, this finesse using niggas, that shit is a problem too. Like finesse, matter of fact, that's one thing women, you know what? Why don't y'all shame finesse culture? Let's talk about that shit.
Because
wait, hold on. It's okay to abuse a man. It's okay to abuse a man's pockets. Women do not care about that shit. What Melanie and Ruby are upset about is the fact that 304s are getting over and not the pick-me's. This shit is finesse culture. Women are using their power to abuse men, their sexual power, and women don't say shit about it. All they care about is, he's simping too much. What about women that's using their superpower to abuse men? That's really what needs to be
That's
saying.
what we care about. That's what we're saying. We do try to hold them accountable. We do have a problem with this chick Lotto selling her panties. We do have a problem. But I'm saying, do you guys have a problem with the buyer? We have a problem with the seller. But do you have a problem with the buyer?
Of course, yeah. I want to say this real quick, because pop up. I'll be back on later. But all right. Number one, I have to agree with Ruby on this. You kind of sound like you want the shame woman to feel like you're entitled to their pussy. You're not entitled to a woman. You're not entitled to a woman's pussy. Just
you're
like,
paying, why aren't you entitled to it?
Hold it, youngins. Just like, and I tell every guy, and I had to learn that I'm not entitled to a woman's pussy. Just like she's not entitled to my dick and my time and even my money. We start standing up and stop giving them to them so easy the way we do. Females won't act the way they act. You have to look at yourself. You haven't got the woman for being who she is. That's what Melanie said. They handling the females and stuff like that. We're focused on the dudes and stuff like that. We're gonna focus on them. We tell dudes all the time. So why you keep taking out women out on dates when you know you just want to fuck them? Just go for broke. So what? She says no. Then
get it out the way at least.
You ready for it? You don't need 90 days or even 3 days to find out she's sexually attracted to you. Women already sexually attracted to you as soon as they see you most of the time. The only time they want to spend time with you is to see if you're husband material, serious relationship. But for casual sex, you don't need a whole lot of time like that. That was for weak-minded dudes that they could run game on. That's the problem why they keep getting over dudes and finessing them. Y'all afraid to go for broke like that. Like, yo, if you know you're looking for a serious relationship, you have to be about that. But if you're
I like what you're saying, Mel.
And go another and finesse doing all this indirect whining, dining, know you want to smash, but think you gotta do that way just to get pussy, then that's your fault.
Mel.
You can't get your results on the end.
I like what you're saying, Mel. I like what you're saying, and Melody. I like what you said earlier. Do we have a problem with the buyer? The reason why the market is so inflated, the reason why the price of money and the price of pussy is so high, is because normal girls are denying men sex. They think they're entitled to so much shit prior to sex that the pussy ain't even worth it after you put in so much work. Okay, so I get what you're saying. But right now, we are in a seller's market when it comes to this sex thing. We're not in a buyer's market. And the reason why, like I said, it's inflated so bad is because normal girls, such as yourself and everybody else, they feel like, hey, a man's supposed to do this, that, and the third, and he ain't gonna touch me, nothing's gonna happen. And that's why you got niggas so thirsty that they wanted to damn near sell their soul. So there's that.
But that's their own fault. That's not your fault.
No, it's not. They're human beings.
That's their fault. It's the man's fault who wants to be thirsty for a chick.
No, it's not.
Can I say?
She want to be. That's why she puts some dudes in certain categories like that. She gonna put the dude that presents himself a certain way that she wants to have sex with right away because he presented himself a certain way. You keep presenting yourself as a simp all the time. She know how to game you. Women know how to finesse the game in the first 5 minutes of whatever because they learned this.
So you have no problem with this finesse culture then?
I don't even know why you calling this finesse culture. No,
I don't know why you calling it finesse.
I don't have a problem with it because you know what? I don't get finesse.
I don't. Yeah.
So let your brothers die.
No,
let your
it's
brothers
like,
die while I get all the pussy.
If I'm telling my brothers what they should do and they go out and do it, that's their own fault.
Yo, this shit is wrong, man. This shit is wrong.
Here's the one thing I really don't understand.
Say anybody. We ain't gonna try to say everybody. If you tell some dudes stop doing that and they keep doing it, that's their own fault.
Well, Melody and Ruby want us to save them. Melody and Ruby want us to shame them to save them. Why don't you want to save them?
They focus on the females. We're focused on the dudes, the buyers.
Yeah, they want us to save them.
To save the
Melody and Ruby want us to save them, and you don't want to save them.
And if some dudes still want to keep buying it, you gotta leave alone. Fuck it. Focus on you, what you want to stop being.
All right. You do you, Mel. You do you, Mel.
If you're not supporting that, brother, then you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I'm gonna try and save them. I'm gonna try and save them.
I gotta say, this is like how I don't understand how dudes don't.
Wait, let's hear from Leo. Leo trying to talk, and then the baddest. Let's hear from Leo. And
this is where I gotta hold the men accountable. Like, how do you guys not know how to get it like on a date? Like, I went out on plenty of dates with girls, and I've always wound up getting the coochie. Always.
That's just you.
But like, there's a way to go about it. Like, if you don't come off thirsty and you know how to talk to them, and first of all, you should make sure the woman is at least attracted to you. I have never asked a girl out on a date if I did not feel like she was attracted to me or sexually attracted to me. Like, how do dudes not know how to read that? That just tells me that
everybody ain't got that kind of like people skill. We're talking about choosing shit.
No, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. How do you not know how to read women?
Yeah.
How do you not know how to read that a woman is not attracted to you like that? Why would you waste your time taking out a woman that's showing signs that she's not attracted to you? Like, if she's on her phone most of the time on a date, if she's not looking at you like that, she's not holding a conversation like that, don't take that chick out on a date ever again.
Well,
right?
that's obvious.
Right? Yeah, like if she give you the number, right, and like she's not calling you or texting you like that, she ain't that interested. So I don't understand how dudes don't know how to read women like that and just figure out.
That's okay. There's a lot of dudes that's not getting up like that, though.
But that shows that there's a lot of dudes that need to learn some freaking game. A whole bunch.
because too
Mhm.
many dudes is too much indoctrinated so much. And yes, they need to learn the game, but they don't want to invest in learning it. But who
Like,
goes on these
like
spaces? We
you
got
got to
great
do some
dudes that
self
fighting.
improvement. Like,
Exactly. We
what
got too
is
many
it with
dudes
you
fighting
guys with
back and
that
forth
shit?
with certain dating coaches. They want to go the easy way out with the passport thing, and it's like they want to take cheat codes so much, and it's like the game is learned. You cannot escape the game. Period. You got to learn it, no matter where you go. Even go the passport route, you still got to learn the game. Because if you don't learn the game of
And
life and everything, period, you're gonna get finessed.
and I blame dudes for not teaching other dudes the game of how to get a woman.
But
Like,
Mel don't want to save
really,
him though.
that's a big
You
ass
can't
problem
blame.
because you
Here's
see
the
all
joint
these
though.
incels, you see the black pill community, you see dudes being like super desperate. That's because they need some type of male mentor or somebody to teach them how to talk to a woman, how to get a woman for the freezy. Because clearly, like, I'm listening to dudes and they don't have no idea how to get pussy on the first date or just how to get
Exactly.
it in general. And I'm
Well,
like, this
Okay.
is
this is
easy.
this
I've
this
In
done it so
general,
many
yeah.
times.
Leo. There are some dudes out there in the space, but they get ridiculed every day. But these are experienced men. We got Lucario, the late Alan Roger Curry, David X, and everything. These are dudes that's probably in the Brown
Right.
Will.
Like,
These are dudes who
Ron
know
Okay.
Bell
the
is
game
like,
and know the
listen, like,
game. But these
you
dudes
guys really need
get
some
to a
self
pop all the time
improvement.
and everything. They pick
Like,
up
Okay. So okay. So
they
the dating
pick up
coaches
dudes
Wait,
fail
like
the
Fresh
most.
guys.
Hold on.
Sorry, just
Let me
can
let
we
me
just
get
let
to
the baddest go?
Baddest
Hold on,
talk.
before we get a whole
Yeah,
round
we
table,
gotta
can
let
we
it
just let the
talk.
baddest go
Right.
first?
sorry.
Thank you. Go ahead, the baddest. What's up? Don't tell me you frozen now.
I'm frozen right now, baby.
Oh, there you are. Okay, what's up?
I'm shaking right now. I'm like, yo, let me listen to you, brother. Doc. You feel me? Fucking Stone Cold right here. Shit. No. Feel me?
Okay.
All right, we're not
Um,
talking. All right. So listen, goddamn it. Wait.
What's on your
Oh,
mind,
go ahead.
Baddest?
No, I'm just saying the brothers speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at the brothers, you know what I'm saying? They got to talk to each other about the shit, the situation. On me, baby.
okay.
Mute out.
So do you think that it's okay for men to buy random women's used panties online? Or do you think
No.
that's behavior we should shame?
No, fuck out of here. There no fucking yo, listen.
Yeah, try not to curse, please, just because,
I'm sorry.
YouTube don't like it.
I'm sorry, Empress. Shout out to the
No
lady,
problem.
the Empress. Take the Empress on the bitch.
I don't think he's saying much. Yo.
Empress.
I don't think he's gonna say shit.
Bro, that was actually some funny shit. I'm sorry. Oh, golly. Okay, well, all right. I guess whenever you got something else to say,
I do.
that is,
Listen,
jump in. Go ahead,
I don't. Wait, is it my turn again?
Yeah, you were up.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Listen, goddamn it. Listen, I don't think that the men should learn how to play this hard ass game. I don't think the game should be this hard. The problem is it's women that's playing the game. Okay, men don't want to play games around sex like that. That's why. Listen, that's why men are leaving. That's why. Listen, they're going to other countries.
Disagree
This
with that.
nigga say this man that's
Whoa,
leaving.
whoa! Wait, God damn it! So I got an echo.
Yeah, everybody.
Nigga, you act yourself, bozo. What the fuck you talking about?
All right. You curse one more time, we're gonna have to drop you down. You have to respect our platform. We do not want to be demonetized. Please, go ahead, youngies.
Yeah. So this the fact that men have to learn so much people skill just to get the average everyday woman to just consent to having sex, to me, is an issue. That's an issue. It shouldn't be that hard. You got to read signs. Now, granted, I do talk about choosing signals and all that, so I'm guilty of it. But the point is, I shouldn't have had to. Like, dude, tricking always been around since the beginning of time. Okay, but now this simp is popping right now. Simping is popping. Okay, but I think that's just a byproduct of tricking. To some extent, I really do. You feel me? So at the end of the day, to me, if you could get women to relax their standards, just like how Kevin Samuels, they call him Godfather, dating coach. I don't know what the hell you call him. Trying to get women to chill, relax your standards. You're going too high. You ain't never gonna get me nothing. To be on some chill, to just chill, then this is just always going to be an issue. The issue is that men aren't smart enough to understand a vagina. Women can't even understand a vagina half of the time. You feel me? It's them that's abusing their power in the relationship dance. It's them that's abusing their womanhood at this point. Denying men femininity. Just depriving men of femininity. They don't even want to smile. They don't want to do nothing for a man. That's what's causing men to be so thirsty. But if you put it like this, if you switched it around and men was denying women all kind of masculine energy, we ain't talking to y'all. Niggas talk about don't give women your non-sexual attention. Why? Because you're depriving her of masculinity so that she consents to whatever you want. Okay? It's the same thing. They're depriving men of femininity so that we can consent to all kind of shit. So they're the ones that's playing this game and sexualizing, weaponizing sex. I'm sorry that I'm yelling so loud, but I get frustrated. They're weaponizing sex, okay? And they need to be checked and called on it because this is ridiculous. Niggas is writing whole books on how to just get 1-2 girls to smash. Nigga, what? Why we need a book? It's OD to me. That's it, man.
Let it work. Let it work.
Can I get some pushback to that? Yeah, because I don't agree with that.
Sweet. Hold on, Sweet. You heard this shit. Hold on. Sweet, you heard us.
I got something to say to East.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. So I don't think you were really heard Mel's point. And I'm not even saying that you're wrong, but it's almost like you and Mel are really saying the same thing on behalf of two different groups. Dating today is a mutual finesse, right? Mel made a good point that the men are going out pretending like they like the women, like they want to build something with them, just so they can get sex. The women are going out with the men, pretending like they really want to be with them or really want to have sex with them, just so they can get some trinkets or some money or some meal or whatever, right? It's a mutual finesse that men and women are employing against each other, and at the same time, they're both defensive. It's like capture the flag, right? They're trying to grab each other's flag while protecting their flag. The men are trying to get the sex without spending too much money. The women are trying to get the money without giving up sex. So it's not. We can't really just point the finger at women and be like, oh, if you would just give up the sex, this problem would go away. Yeah, it would go away for us. But then their problem would persist. They would be getting ran through by dude after dude after dude, not getting what they want out of the situation.
Okay.
Well, and that also wouldn't give men what they want either, because men don't want only a bunch of whores everywhere to marry, right? Men, and so there's the thing, right? Men do want sexual access to women, obviously, right? And they definitely don't want to be wasting their money.
Can I get some pushback to that? Because
yeah, if I could let me just finish my point first, and okay. So the other thing is that men don't want to be spending their money on women that they don't have sexual access to, right? And they want to know. Most men I find are perfectly fine being gentlemen. They don't mind paying for dates or paying for dinner and not getting immediate sex, but they don't like the idea that they're going to be used. And so if they're going to be gentlemen and not demand sex immediately or whatever, and just keep seeing her, that they're just being used as a meal ticket or whatever, right? So what you generally tend to hear is that, well, no, men just, what they want is pretty reasonable, and what they're willing to do is pretty reasonable, right? Like, it's not unreasonable for men to say, no, I don't want to marry a woman and make her the mother of my children when she's slept with 300 guys or she slept with everyone I know or whatever. That's reasonable, right? And so it comes down to when guys are kind of like in this earlier stage of life, in a younger stage, or in kind of like they don't care about marriage stage of life, and they're just thinking about the sexual access part, right? It's very easy to say, well, no, I want sexual access. When I talk to this woman, if she thinks I'm all right, she should just spread her legs and sleep with me, and then I'm not wasting my time and da-da-da-da-da. But then we forget about the other side where, yeah, but what about the marriage part of things, right? You're not ready to marry yet. I'm sure you want to date multiple people before you marry, right? She can't just sleep with everybody, right? Or even if she thinks everyone's cool that she meets or she talks to or asks her on a date, she can't just sleep with all those people because then she would become unmarriageable, right? So there's more trade-offs to it than that. So it's not just as easy as, well, she just started sleeping with these guys, the guys would all be happy, because no, that would just create a new problem that would make the men unhappy. So,
Well,
sorry,
that's
go ahead now.
That's the double talk of the manosphere, right? They talk to these women like, I need you to save yourself for me. That's almost what it boils down to. It's like, don't have sex with all these other guys because I won't want you. But then the moment you're with me, you need to let go of all those, those barriers you put up for the other guys.
Here's the thing, though.
Can I say this?
It's an equal. It's a finesse market. I give you that, Know-it-all. But women are women.
Hey guys, one at a time.
No,
I want to go. Let me go. Can I?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna forget my train of thought. It's a dog eat world, right? If you're a guy struggling to get women, it is not women's fault that you're struggling to get women, right? You need to look inside yourself, do some self-improvement, and learn how to socialize and talk to women and read women so you can have easier access to them. It's called a little thing called self-improvement. I wish that word and that concept would be more populated in that space, because I'm seeing a lot of dudes that have all these women problems and they don't want to do any self-improvement to improve on that situation. They just want to blame the women and point the finger at the woman. Like, no, like if you cannot get laid, that's not the woman's fault. It's something with you. Maybe
Leo,
you're out of shape.
Leo, I got a question.
Maybe you don't know how to hold a conversation. Maybe you're socially awkward. Those are things you need to fix with inside yourself. So dudes need to get on that self-improvement train and just stop blaming women. Like, because it's so ridiculous here and saying, oh, it's so hard to get women nowadays. I don't blame dudes for like tricking or like spending the crazy amount of money to get it. That's weak to me. Like I don't rock with that.
Leo, how much should a man have to self-improve to get the average girl?
That's entirely on his ability. What do you mean?
No,
That's a good question.
I got the answer.
That's a really good question.
Okay, if dudes, I'll answer it for you. A man should know how to attract a woman to him, or how to hold a conversation with a woman, or how to read a woman, right? So until he has the ability to do that, he should improve until he gets to know that down pat.
That's too vague. Let's do a dollar amount. Amount. Is $40,000 enough to attract the average chick taking a bus?
No. Here's what I'll say. I'll say a dude should learn how to get a woman for free. That's the first thing you should learn. You should learn how to get a woman for free without spending any money.
No, you're missing my point. You're missing my point. It is for free. It is for free. I'm just saying we have to. It's too vague. Listen. No. I get you. Like, you're supposed to get it for free. What I'm saying is, you're supposed to be a regular person, a regular adult, right? Be an average man. That should be enough to get the average girl.
I see average dudes all the time get women. What are we talking about?
Okay, so
short ones too.
We're good. Where's the self-improvement shit you're talking about?
Because I hear dudes be like, oh, women want a dude that's 6 feet tall. I see short niggas get gag women all the time. Oh, women want a man that's 6. I see broke dudes get women all the time, right? I see like dudes that are like just funny and got a personality get women. I see ugly dudes, fat dudes get a woman just because.
So you don't have to self-improve.
No, you do. You self-improve. Yes. they still managed to find some way to get a woman regardless
How
of
much
them being fat.
self-improvement did he do?
The nigga improved his fucking social skills. He had a sense of humor and he was intelligent.
There is also another way you could go about it without self-improvement. Is batting in your league. Just batting.
I want to say salute to the panel and salute to the chat, and I want to say salute to the content creator that let me up here. I appreciate you, and I'm waiting to turn the talk.
You're Borgen?
Yeah, what did you say at the very end?
Yeah, please try to make sure your audio is together before you come on the panel, guys. It's very important.
Is my audio messed up? Is
Now
my
you're
audio messed up?
No, you're fine now.
I just wanted to say salute to the panel, salute to the chat, and I want to appreciate the content creator for letting me up, and I'm gonna wait for it's my turn to talk.
Salute. You can go. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
You just talked. What?
Oh well, I don't know where I'm coming in because I didn't come in at the beginning of the conversation, but
Do you want us to tell you what it's about, or you got it?
I mean, you can't give me a little bit of a recap, like so I can make sure I'm on point, so I don't get completely embarrassed.
Okay, so
why don't you just listen in and jump in when you have something to say?
Watch the stream. What the fuck?
Well, okay, let me just give him okay, so pretty much we're talking about Mulatto. She pretty much is selling her underwear online. Well, she was trying to sell them, and the highest bidder was like $100K. And we were saying that men need to hold other men accountable for things like that. So what's your take on it?
Okay, so a woman, so a woman that pretty much used her beauty to fuck her. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So a woman that used her beauty to have sex to her way to the top of the economic chain is selling her panties.
Trying to sell them, yeah.
At the highest bidder, is assuming that her panties have some kind of value, as if her vagina smells any different than any other regular woman's vagina. It just shows that.
No, because the thing is that, and I know you missed the news
So
article at the beginning.
I asked in the beginning if I can talk and say things.
Excuse me. Preach. I'm just going to explain to you because you seem to have missed some of the details. So, like, you're saying to go to a place that you're saying things that just aren't about the story. So I just wanted to clarify a couple points for you. The first thing is that the reason why any of this was happening is because people were shaming her on Twitter for having worn the same pair of panties twice, like ever. And so she then put them on eBay as the starting bid was 99 cents, just to basically make a joke of why she was being shamed for wearing one pair of panties twice. And they're saying she's too broke to be able to afford more panties because she wore one pair twice. And so she put them on eBay. And what did it say, Melody? 4 hours later?
4 hours later, the top bid was $100K.
Right. So she didn't actually do this as in like she thought she was really trying to sell something. The men responded though like her pussy was made out of something else because again within 4 hours the top bid was 100,000. And the only reason why it didn't get higher is because selling your used panties is against eBay's terms of service, so eBay closed it. So that's basically how the whole story went. But continue now. Yeah.
Okay. So she put her panties on sale.
Yes, for 99 cents, but like as in the auction, so people had to keep bidding.
I don't want to assume anything.
Yeah.
She put her panties on sale.
Yeah.
On eBay.
On auction. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now the way that she put them on, I'm saying that she put them on sale, and you're saying that she put them on auction.
Yes.
So do you? So you're a smart woman.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're a smart woman. You know that there's a difference between putting something on sale and putting something on auction.
Yes.
There's no difference in this context.
Well, no, there is,
Okay.
because if I were to put something on sale, I set the sale price, and either people meet it or they
Right.
don't, right? So I would say,
Right.
oh, my pants are worth $1,000. Either you buy them for $1,000 or you don't.
I know
And in
that.
this case,
I know the difference.
right. So in this
Not in
case,
this
because she
context.
set the auction price for
Stop
99
cutting her
cents,
off and fucking talking to this woman.
so because she's the one who set the auction price at 99 cents. That to me suggests actually she undervalued. That's way lower than she would have paid for the panties. So that means she
Right.
was actually initially valuing them very
Yeah.
low. So the
was a
cost
joke.
that they were being valued at was it was a joke to her, right?
Right,
But
it
the
was-
cost that it ended up being valued at, that's what the buyers, the people who were bidding, were willing to value the panties at, not what she was willing to value the panties at. That's the
Okay.
difference.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, she put them on auction and not on sale. Understanding that putting them on auction would have people be able to increase the bid. Now they're at a bidding price. So they increase the bid, and as they increase the bid, the seller can choose to sell that. Am I talking with someone else? What's happening?
I'm saying, nigga, you drunk nigga.
Okay, well, the baddest, can you just let him get his point across, and then you can respond, okay?
No, that's fine. That's fine that he has an opinion, because I want to hear his opinion. I have no problem with his opinion. I just don't want to feel like I can't speak.
No. We'd rather just finish
Because
here.
no, it's fine. It's fine because I have personal social medias that he can contact me on if he feels like he wants to talk to me somewhere else.
All right, well, don't pay attention to him. Let's
Okay.
get to the show.
So what I'm saying is, she placed a bid, right? And she knew that people would be able to bid more, right? Is she not smart enough to know that people would be able to bid more on that? Or am I wrong on that?
Of course, we all know how eBay works.
Okay. So she knew that people would be able to increase the value on that. And we're in 2023, where everything is driven by sex and social media. So knowing the person that she was and the influence that she has, by people seeing her influence, they would say, I'm a man that wants it for this much. And then the next man is like, no, I want it for that much. I'm going to get it. And then the next man is like, no, I'm going to get it. So when it capped out at 1,000, it capped out.
No.
Right?
It didn't cap out. eBay is just selling your used panties is against
eBay,
eBay's terms of service. So they just shut it down. Like,
right.
It didn't cap out.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it capped out. I didn't say she capped it out. I'm saying it capped out.
It never capped out.
It didn't
eBay
cap.
canceled it.
If it would have been a platform that would have let it go to 1 million, she would have let it go to 1 million.
Exactly.
But eBay stopped it at 1,000.
No, they canceled it.
Right. They stopped the selling altogether. She got nothing for it because it's against their terms of service. Yeah.
So they canceled the whole thing. So
Yes.
all she would have made from that was what?
Nothing.
Where your point going though? Where your point at?
My point is, it's an example of where we are today. A
Where are
young
we?
black man was just killed. Where we are? You want me to tell you where we are? A young
Yes.
black
Where
man
we
was
at?
just
I would
killed
love
by
to know.
5 black cops. And we're
Nigga,
buying
what the fuck
panties.
that got to do with the topic?
Hold on, your niece. Try to watch the language.
Sorry, he's
Okay,
long-winded.
look,
What
hold
that
on,
got to
hold
do
on.
with the
I'm not,
topic?
brother, listen. Her panties got capped out at $1,000.
Yo, you
Right.
high right now? You high?
You know who he remind me of? Remember that guy who used to come on our panel all the time? What was his name?
Oh, Tyron.
Tyron. He
Yes.
reminds me-
Yes, he does.
Yo, Tyron was always on, bro.
He was lit. He was lit every show. He was lit.
Every show.
Every show.
It's something, man. This is something. This is
I am
something.
lit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm lit.
Yeah,
But listen. My name is Preach. I'm lit. I'm just saying, it got capped out at 1,000, right? And she didn't get paid nothing for it. But it's a good example of showing how much people will give interest to something and not give interest to something else.
All right.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wow.
You know, and I'm not trying to demonize anyone or point a finger anywhere. You know, it just it just shows that the society is willing to put $1,000 up in a very short period of time for a pair of panties for a woman that would never give them sex in a million fucking years.
All right. We got you. Melody, do you think that women
Hey, don't cut me off, nigga. Who are you?
Bro,
Who are
you're
you?
done.
You
You're
just
done,
cut me
bro.
off like I'm dismissive.
What you done?
Like I could be
What you
dismissive like that. And you don't show
you
your
done?
pic, and you don't show who you are. I would like to know
You
who you
done.
are. Do you have your
That's
Instagram?
fine. You
Hit
don't
me up
know.
on Instagram. No, we're gonna stop this conversation right here.
Nah,
We're gonna
I
stop
don't
this
go that way.
conversation right here. And we're gonna get to know each other. We're gonna get to
Nah, I'm
get
good.
to know
I
each
don't
other
wanna
real well because I feel like
I
you
don't
have
get-
something personal against me.
Nah, I don't got nothing personal at all. I wish you
I
would
feel
just
like
stop talking.
so if you don't want to no listen to what I'm saying, bro.
I
If you
never said
don't
a
want
word
to get a
back.
personal relationship with me, stop playing with me like that.
Yo, nigga, that sound mad homo.
Stop dismissing me like what I'm saying
That sound mad
has
homo.
no
What you
value.
talking about personal? What are you
Stop
talking about personal
dismissing.
relationship?
Stop dismissing what I'm
Nigga,
saying.
you're
Like what I'm
high.
saying has
You're
no value.
high. Nigga, sober up.
I don't do
Sober up and
drugs.
then
I don't do drugs.
have a fucking intelligent conversation, nigga. Cause you really all over the
I have
place. You
no
don't know what you're talking
problem.
about.
I have no problem with intelligent conversation.
No, yes,
But
you
you're
do, nigga. Like you're
you're
killing the
feeling
stream
like
with your garbage. You're killing the stream, dude. I'm trying to move on because you don't even know what the fuck the topic was about. You just came on here, nigga. Get your shit together, nigga. What's going on?
But what I'm saying is you're trying to dismiss me, and I didn't disrespect you like that. I don't come with disrespect, bro.
Hold on. Everybody mute out. Real quick. I had to mute you, Preach. Real quick, guys. So how it works is when the stream is too much for me to get paid for ads and stuff, I don't get paid for ads and stuff. That's why we need it to be PG-13. Let's stop cursing because then I can't monetize the video.
Okay.
So let's keep it, let's keep it clean. Go ahead.
Exactly.
All right, like I said, Melody, do you
Okay.
think that...
So what I'm saying to this brother. So what I'm saying to this brother.
Is he done yet, though?
All I'm saying, brother. All I'm saying is I didn't disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect you, but you dismissing me like that as soon as I'm done talking, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And if you don't want me,
done. All right, man. Let's move
I don't
on.
want you to say sorry. All I'm saying is,
I just wanted you to stop talking to me. I really want you to stop talking to me. We're done. Let's just move on. Just go on, bro. That's it. So, Melody, like I said, Melody, do you think women contributed to that bit? Do you think some of that are women fans that are a little lesbian?
It could be.
I think Lotto's fans are primarily women. Actually, I know that, number one. and number two, I think more than 50% of like a lot of people that contributed, I think at least 50% were women. I really do. Like, I don't think.
Totally disagree.
Okay, you could disagree, but I just think women contributed. Maybe not 50%. Maybe that's too high. Maybe like 40 or 30%. But I think there's a lot of girls that go the other way, because a lot of girls that are not straight, they dudes. I think that they contributed to that number.
Well, I think there are definitely a lot of women who go the other way who might even like Lotto, but the problem is that men and women still think differently. And so what men and women, I think, are willing to put a price tag on as far as what they would purchase from someone they're sexually attracted to, I still think is different. You know, the idea of having a woman's thong, right? Like, I think what this whole thing is very weird, but if I think about it, right, the idea of a dude having a woman's thong in his pocket or whatever, or taking it out and looking at it, or even smelling it, whatever, that's a trope that you see in, you know, TV shows and movies. You might even have heard, or as a guy, I don't know, even done or whatever, since like the dawn of time. It's something that dudes actually do, right? It's not really something you hear or you see. Women want to like wear his sweater, right? What she doesn't really want are his boxers, or, you know, lesbians wanting the panties. That's really a guy thing to do, right? It's not really like a chick thing to do, regardless of what gender you're attracted to as a chick. It's not really a chick thing to do. That's why I'd say maybe you might get like 5%, maybe 10 if you're lucky. But I don't think I think it's like 99% men. 99. For sure, 99.
Women are way bigger groupies than men, generally speaking. Like, they'll group up on one guy. They'll do some nasty stuff, man. They do some nasty stuff. Some stuff that you would say that's beyond simping. Okay, when women get on that stuff, talk about sniffing draws, let them run into the right celebrity, Chris Brown or something. You'll see a lot of these girls willing to do the most. You got like them, bro. You ain't, you just got to see it. I guess you got to see it to believe it. But if you ever go to one of them concerts, or if you go to like a male strip, you ever seen like a male strip show? You see how crazy them women act?
I've seen Chippendales and America's Most Wanted. Yep.
Listen, they act way crazier than the men when at a strip club. Go to a male strip club, watch how the women act. They're crazy. Okay.
I didn't say women don't act crazy. I said they're crazy in a different way than men are.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you don't believe that they sniff drawers and stuff. I disagree. They're nasty like that. I'm telling you, they're nasty. They're nasty like that. Okay, and they'll do it to a girl or a guy, but to me, it's all the same. It's simping. If you're gonna simp, you're gonna simp. This to me is just groupie behavior. It's just groupie stuff. Okay, it's a man this time, but it's just groupie stuff. Like, that's it. Somebody's a super mega fan, and they idolize her to their own detriment, I'll say. But to me, like, I've seen groupies. I've seen how they act. They're willing to give it all away. They're willing to throw it all away for a chance, just a chance to get close and smell a celebrity. Like, it's black. That's what they do, though. So it's not all men, in my opinion. It's really not all men. So you could keep saying that, but it's not true to me.
I don't think it's all men. I just think
99.9%.
Well, yeah, I think 99.9% of the people who purchase random hot girl thongs on the internet, or bathwater, Carabelle Delvine, or farts in a jar, I think 99%. 99 point, yeah. That'll go 99. I'll say 99%. We'll give a whole 1% to women.
Lotto is not she's not a random.
She's like D-list at best. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. But she's not a random black woman. Okay, that's a somebody, quote unquote. Okay, so there's gonna be people willing to pay those. It's just like when a football player signs a football. It's a regular football, but it's got a signature on it. So Lotto got her panties. She got her panties on, her sweats on it. So there's gonna be a mega fan that's gonna buy it. Like, If Tom Brady was to sign a football, I would buy it for more than what the football is worth.
People don't buy panties because they're just a really big fan of whatever your talent is. It's not like people buy panties, right? Like that's. Like,
but the average light-skinned girl can't sell panties for $100,000. So it is because of her celebrity.
Well, no, see, that's the thing, though, right? I'm not saying that the reason why she was able to make that much money in such a short period of time from one pair of panties isn't because she's a D-list celebrity. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's not because of her talent. As in, people don't buy panties so they could be close to how great of a singer you are, right? They buy the panties because they are sexually attracted to you, and then buying the panties brings you closer to that sexual fantasy you have about that person.
That's what I was trying to say. The average pretty girl, the average sexually attractive pretty girl cannot sell panties for $100,000.
Right. No, I absolutely agree with you. I said that she's a D-list celebrity. However,
it's Lotto's celebrity that's causing this shit, that's causing it to rise like that. She's pretty, but there's other regular pretty girls. So you're saying,
no, I agree with you, but what I'm saying, right, is that the people who are not sexually attracted to her are not going to buy her panties. They would need to be sexually attracted to her in order to want to buy the panties. If you are a big fan of her music but not sexually attracted to her, you would buy a signed album or even t-shirt, maybe even her heels because she wore them on the red carpet or something. But what you wouldn't buy are the used panties, right? Unless you're sexually attracted to her. And so then we're going by, okay, well, people who are sexually attracted to her and know she's a D-list celebrity, right? Yes, that's what's upping the odds, right? That's why her panties are more popular than that chick over there is, absolutely. But the reason why we're buying the OnlyFans chicks panties or Belle Delphine's bathwater or Mulatto's used panties it's the same thing, and it all has to do with sexual attraction and fantasies. And next time you want to whack off, you can now smell so and so and make it feel closer.
I got you. You remember Jeremy Minks?
No.
Jeremy Minks was okay. He's that felon. He got locked up for I don't know why, but he had that.
Oh, Jeremy Meeks?
Yeah, Jeremy Minks.
Oh, I thought you said Jeremy Minks. I don't know. Anyway,
okay,
yeah.
You know who that is, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You know when he was in prison? Do you know how much money women sent him? Listen, he's not even a celebrity. He's not even a celebrity. Yo, dude, look it up on YouTube. Dude was talking about it. Dude was like, he got letters every day. And there's a lot of letters of women sending him money, trying to bail him out, trying to do nasty shit to him. Listen, they were doing exactly what you're talking about these guys are doing with Lotto. They were doing exactly that. Women be simping. And it was bad too. It was bad because
nothing you said was about buying panties. Do you see where
they was willing? You don't think that? Listen, we talking about money and sex, and we talking about some nasty shit. You don't think they was willing to sniff his drawers and all of that?
You haven't mentioned one time that these women were willing to put up serious money for him to send the drawers. Send his drawers. You didn't say that. No, you said everything else. You didn't say that. Where is that?
Bro, I just told you. They were simping. This dude could have sold his drawers for $100,000 out of the prison.
Do you see the problem? Do you see the problem? Is that you're saying, because again, I'm not saying that the women weren't simping. I'm just saying that again, men and women simp differently. Men and women want different things.
Okay, I got you, Ruby. Melody, you understand what I'm saying?
You're saying that women are going crazy over him like men are going crazy over her, but not one time did the women want to smell his boxers or drawers.
Right.
Listen, you got okay. Since y'all want to play that game, you got to really YouTube the joint, right? You got to really YouTube the joint. Listen, these women, they were nasty. They were sending him nasty letters, talking all kind of
Yeah.
sex shit. They gave him money. Listen, he
So
got
who's
married to a damn
different?
near. Hold on, hold
So
on, hold on, hold
Right.
on,
phone
hold on,
sex.
hold on, hold on,
Okay, go ahead.
hold on. He came out of prison, got married to a damn near billionaire, had a modeling contract and everything. You telling me that man couldn't put his drawers up on eBay for on an auction for $5 and it wouldn't jump up? Oh, into what, 1,500 grand? Are you serious?
It's not gonna go to 100,000.
No, not even close.
Bro,
A woman's
come on,
panties.
bro. I got y'all on that. I got y'all.
No,
One
see,
point for me. 1
see,
point for me.
Glocktavius, here's the thing. Glocktavius, here's the thing that you're not considering. Okay? Is that when you think about a men's strip show versus a women's strip show, most men have never really been to see like the Chippendales American Most Wanted, or just a men's strip club in general, right? Where men are the ones stripping, right? But what they figured out, if you watch like the story of the Chippendales or of America's Most Wanted and like what they were doing, what they realized is this: it's not that they couldn't sell sex and fantasy to women, right? But they had to package it differently than they would need to package it for men. Men wanted a chick who was young, nubile, and willing to just walk out on stage and just start taking it off. And then now she's naked and spread it and do that. And it was just quick, it was fast, it was easy, no muss, no fuss, right? That's what men wanted from naked women, right? And so, it was very easy. You just get a parade of those women, your strip club will be very successful. But women, it didn't work the same way, right? Just getting a parade of men to just walk out, take off their clothes in an instant, spin around a pole, and then jiggle their tool inside her face. Oh, there you go, millions of dollars? No, right? Because you needed to sell women something additional. Same thing that porn, people who make porn found out, right? Is that women required a storyline and an element of romance and fantasy and storyline and plot that men don't need, right? So again, I'm not saying that women are not, no, it's actually 100% true. And I know because I know someone who worked in the porn industry, like on the administrative side. I was learning these things a little too young. It's a whole story. We'll talk about it some other time. But the point is, no, it's 100% true, right? It's just like if you look at the most porn websites have like a for women section, and if you go in there, most men find that porn very boring because there's just a lot of storyline and crap that men don't give a shit about. It's just taking forever. It's probably going to kill their buzz and blah, blah, blah. But for women, that's part of the getting the hot and bothered part, right? So they don't really like when it just gets right to it and suddenly the dude's banging her and NDA and da-da-da-da-da, right? But like women, it's not that they don't want to see the same thing, but they need something else to get there first. Whereas in men, don't want to waste all that crap getting there. Right? So men and women are different, right? It's not that women aren't freaks. It's not that women aren't sexual beings. It's not that women won't sexually idolize some random dude called Prison Bae, right? I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying, though, is that men and women are different. So the way that they're going to engage in all those things is going to be slightly different. And that's why there isn't really, well, where's your imagery for real of a woman walking around smelling the stink off of a man's boxes because he's so hot. So she wants to be up in his ball stench at all times. You don't hear that.
You don't hear that. That's gross. It's gross.
Right.
You feel like something is gross that a man might get turned on.
Yes.
No, that's not real life. I'm telling you. I can't believe you guys can't accept that example that I gave.
As women, we're telling you that's real life.
Right.
We're telling you we don't want that. Whereas with a man, you guys wouldn't mind getting a thong off of a woman. You want that thong. You want to smell that thong. You want to, just the thought of her wearing
Smell it all.
Yeah, just the thought of you wearing it, like, oh,
I bet every guy in this chat had a girl give him a blowjob and he didn't jump out the shower, fresh out the shower. I know it happened to me, so I know it happened to somebody else. Y'all,
so?
y'all nasty.
How does that prove the point that women want men's bosses the way men want women's stars?
Let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Listen, guy, hold on. You know why guys don't eat coochie like that, right? Because the smell.
Yes, they do.
Not
I
like
was gonna
that.
say they don't.
No,
Since
no,
when?
no. Hold on.
Yes, they do.
Girls give blowjobs way more than guys eat coochie. You know
Not true.
why? Because
Not
the
Not in my
smell is
experience.
nasty.
Not
We
true.
don't. Okay, you can keep talking over me and saying it's not true, but let me make
But
my
it's
point.
not.
Who's all right, the bottom, he gotta go. He's playing music. I gotta drop you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna get a
Yeah,
copyright.
maybe next time you can come back, but I have to drop you. You're playing music. You're gonna get me copyright strikes. You just don't have no respect for our platform. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Sorry, bye.
Damn.
Yeah, so my point, I feel like my point stands. Men protest eating coochie a little bit more than women protest giving a blowjob. And it's because women's feminine hygiene don't be up to par. So men aren't that nasty as you say. Maybe we have a few freaks out here. I'll give you all of that. But generally speaking, no, we're not trying to eat coochie. Yo, bro, most of us probably, we don't really care to eat coochie. We want to get a blowjob though.
Again,
You
not
feel
my
me?
experience.
I know,
Hold
yeah.
on.
That's not
Bro,
my
I like
experience, sir.
eating
I'm
pussy.
sorry.
Wait a minute. I like eating pussy. You got me fucked up. I like eating pussy. I like eating pussy. You got me fucked up.
I'm
I
just
like
saying.
eating pussy.
Of course, you're going to disagree with me. Of course, he's going to disagree with me. But the point is, I've heard too many men complain about women, especially black women, that they smell down there. Okay, so I know it ain't happening as much as women are giving blowjobs. Okay, so and women just give blowjobs. They don't complain about no smell. Okay, and maybe
Yes,
dudes are
they do.
100%.
Not
Okay,
only
well,
do they complain about the smell, they complain about shit in their mouth.
They still
They
giving
complain about
blowjobs.
stuff in their
They still
mouth.
giving
They
blowjobs,
complain
though.
about trust me. See, the difference between men and women oftentimes is that men seem to think that if they didn't directly hear it, then it never happened. But here's the thing. For as long as I can remember, so I'll say 10th grade or so, that's when I actually started knowing people who had ever given someone head, to have conversations about it. And I'll tell you, women talk a lot about their experiences, and trust me, the littlest nasty thing, men who don't know how to clean themselves properly, that they don't clean this and they don't clean that, and that this ended up in their mouth and that ended up in their mouth. Oh yeah, no, trust me, women 100% talk about these kinds of things with other women, but a lot of women honestly won't tell their man, especially if she's dating him and she likes him, she won't tell him because she doesn't want to hurt his ego. So she'll try to find subtle, nice ways to tell him because she doesn't want to hurt his feelings or whatever. But that don't mean at the end of the day that she's not talking to her girls and everyone else she knows, trying to solve the problem because she's grossed out as hell. And so when a lot of guys are like, oh, she used to give me head and now we're married and I haven't gotten a blowjob in 10 years, and they're like, I wonder why. Because nasty. You need to start washing them balls properly. You need to lift up the glands and clean properly underneath the hood.
Women got clean theirs too.
Ruby. As much as women talk so much crap about men online, and as much as this female rap is so misandric, wouldn't you think that they would have been said your balls stink or your penis stink? They would have been said it. Okay?
Well, actually, first of all, I have absolutely heard Eve's
don't
album.
make a thing about it. They don't make a big thing about it. Okay,
So I feel like that's not a big thing. See, do you see the problem is that men just dismiss whatever they don't feel like caring about, which is not the same thing as women aren't talking about it. It's that men don't care. So if men don't care, then it doesn't matter if women are talking about it, does it?
No, what are you talking about? I'm listening to everything you're saying.
No, but I literally just said, right? I was just saying, well, Eve's album, the one that has Love Is Blind, I remember 3 separate songs on that album that mention a man's lack of proper hygiene and stank. So I'm just saying though, right? But at the end of the day, it's on the album. If men hear that or not,
I don't know what album that is. And I rarely hear women complain about the smell of a man's balls.
Because you don't care if women are complaining about the smell of a man's balls, is my point. My point is you don't care. See, women
Wait,
just
no,
like
we do care.
there's
Wait,
a lot of
what?
stuff. When women turn around and say men don't say this, men don't say that, and men all turn around and go, "What the hell are you talking about? That's all we talk about.
do care.
Barbershops and this place and that place is all we talk about, right? Because men know what other men are talking about and what conversations men are having amongst men. Men know that. But when we try to tell y'all what women care about and what conversation women are having amongst women, you're like, that ain't true. That's bullshit. Like, what?
We
Like,
do care.
right, but so do we. So do we. That's
Not too
my point.
much.
My point is that women care. All women know women care. All women have had these conversations countless times for decades in their life. But when we tell you, you go, that's not true because they didn't. They're not having that conversation on the regular with me. What? So when men have conversations amongst men, and the women go, well, I'm not privy to that conversation, therefore it never happened. Does that sound like a valid argument? It's not a valid argument.
All right, so if I shave and I make sure my shit smells good and all of that, there's no reason why you shouldn't completely swallow my shit with no question.
Well, no, because first of all, I don't know you, right? But let's pretend.
Well, now we're changing the goalposts. Wait a minute.
No, I don't know you, right? But I'm saying,
Ruby, you trying to get to know him?
Hold on, no. But let's pretend I did know you, and I was younger, and I was unmarried. Let's pretend all of those things were true.
And my shit was clean. My shit smelled like fucking what do they call that?
Expert, chill.
Yeah, let's try not to curse.
Sorry, I apologize. Let me make it clean. Let me say that my private parts smell like soap and water. The best soap and water products that are available. And they're conducive to the smells that you appreciate.
But here's the thing.
100%. You should swallow my member without any question.
Oh, you're not going? Yeah. Okay. So no. Okay. Now, do you want me to explain why I'm saying no?
Right.
Okay. Perfect. So the reason why I'm saying no is because even if you figured out how to pick up a bar of soap and some water and wash before whatever date, right, that we were on, so that way you didn't stink, that's good. That is definitely a good thing. Now, I've heard women talk about, though, smegma buildup, which is one washing, while you might smell clean, wouldn't get rid of any type of smegma buildup, for example. That's just one thing. The second thing is that a lot of dudes, right, they just pee standing up, right? They do the 1-2 shape, put the stuff back inside of their pants. Well, here's the thing, is that y'all pee and ejaculate all in the same hole.
Did you just move past what I was just saying?
Y'all pee and ejaculate out of the same hole that you then want to stuff down my throat, right? As you just said, right? Yep. And then that thing that you just peed out of, and then you didn't clean it off. It's not like you took some paper towel and really dried it off to make sure there was no urine that was going to now dry onto the head of everything. No. You just 1-2 shake and stuffed it back inside your drawers, and now you want to pull it out later and now put it down my throat. Right?
Yeah.
So, right. And that's not even including how nasty
you just moved past what I was asking.
That's not even including how nasty I evaluate you to be insofar as how many people are you raw dogging or not in a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And when was the last time you got tested? See, there's a whole lot of consideration.
Now you're conflating the argument.
No, that's not conflating. You think sexual health is conflating the argument?
I asked you one question, and then you moved past it, and then you conflated the argument.
No,
all I said was, if I'm completely clean down there, and I smell and I said no. And I said no. Remember when I said no, and then I said, do you want me to explain to you all the reasons why the answer is no? And now I'm explaining all the reasons, and now you feel like I sidestepped. So I'll go back to the no then. Okay, we'll just leave it at no. So no, because you said
no.
I'm not. What I don't want to do. What I don't want to do is get at odds with you. because I feel
Uh-huh.
like you're very intelligent, and I feel like you have the ability to have a very intellectual conversation. I want to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to be clear so I don't
Mhm.
sound like I'm being combative with you, because that's not
Okay.
my intention.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying is the night's going well, right?
Mhm.
We get to the hotel.
Mhm.
I go into the hotel bathroom.
Mhm.
I you know what? I go into the hotel bathroom. I
Mhm.
buy a type of soap, whether or not it's what's that soap that men buy, the one with the Yeti on it, the Yeti, or the one that's
It's
the one that's red and
Sasquatch.
uh
Sasquatch.
yeah, the Sasquatch. Yeah. Let's say
I know
I
all
buy
about it.
something like that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the shit right there, my nigga. Hey, okay, so I buy that, right, and I go in the hotel bathroom and I wash my body with that, right, and I make sure all the bullshit's off, and I'm smelling. I'm smelling like like I'm ready for a wedding, and I come into the hotel bed, right. There's nothing. There's no debris. There's no dookie balls saying nothing. I'm as clean as a newborn baby. What's the issue with you swallowing all of it?
I was telling you, but you didn't like my answer, so I don't know why I would continue telling you.
It's not that I didn't like the answer. I just
Oh.
thought
Mhm.
I asked you the question in a bad way, and
No, I didn't.
I
No,
thought
I understood fully what you meant, which is that you're freshly showered, and at least at this showering, you for sure cleaned everything. Great. That didn't, again, like I said, someone freshly showering right now doesn't change, and this is an unfortunate fact because smegma, and if you don't know what that is, look it up, is a buildup.
Yeah. Tell me
Right?
how smegma. Tell me how I can get rid of smegma so you can swallow it all. Because I want you to swallow it.
Well, I'm not going to because I'm married. So I don't know if you missed that part.
You're married.
Yes. Remember? Yeah, I remember I said,
Why am I here?
no.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Why are you here?
Damn, he Oh my god.
Bro, I'm dead. Oh my god. I'm so dead.
He was trying to shoot a shot, and you were married.
Wait, you're married? Then why the
I don't know. Ruby, you was talking dirty back though. You was talking dirty too though.
I literally said,
No,
well,
you was like, I'm gonna
if
shut
I
it
wasn't
to my
married,
throat. You talk about your throat game, and I think that turned him on a little bit because he was like, I'm gonna after you do all that, then you put it down my throat. Like I was like,
because that's what he said. I was repeating back what he said. Like this is my throat. You can get chlamydia in your throat. You can get gonorrhea in your throat. And I'm just like some weirdo drunk who probably has never been tested in my throat. That doesn't sound safe for me.
Ruby,
Ruby,
all that
if
sounds
you
sexual.
wasn't
Listen,
married, would you swallow?
Ruby. Oh, somebody talking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, go ahead, bro. You ain't never said much. Go ahead.
Ruby, if you was unmarried, would you swallow it anyway?
No. That's what I said. That's literally what I said. I said, let's pretend I was younger and unmarried and I actually knew him, so now we're going on a date together. Let's pretend all of that was true.
Said.
My answer is still no. That's literally what I said.
You said, I have to know you first. Anytime a chick say, I got to get to know you first, she down for whatever.
Okay. I mean, you can say that all you want, but anyone who's actually met me or dated me knows for sure that that's 100% not true.
Nah. In my experience, anytime you talk to a girl, you're like, I got to get to know you first. Anytime they say that, they be down.
Oh, no, I don't even say that. Actually, what I literally say is that I don't have casual sex. I literally tell men that, and I have always have, I don't have casual sex. I'm not part of casual sex culture. So until we are already in love and committed to each other and see a future with one another that we're building, I'm not having sex with you at all. And then
you get your pussy ate though. You get your you get your coochie ate though.
Well, when I was a teenager, I was a little more reckless. Once I got a little bit older and I stopped being quite so reckless,
Ruby
not really. See, that's what I'm saying. Even within by the time I was like 18, right, I started dating more intentionally, like more seriously. And even when I was younger, I was still intentional and serious, but even more so. Then no, I wasn't engaging recklessly in sexual anything at all, actually. And before I would engage in anything sexual, anything at all, we would have to go to the clinic together to get tested to ensure that I'm not going to be catching something, because I wasn't willing to risk my sexual health for anybody. So
yeah, we all learn with age, Ruby. After a certain age, every woman wants to wait until we know.
Oh no, but see, that's the thing though. No, because the thing is I'm not talking about when I got a little bit older. Then that's when I stopped having casual. No, hold on. I didn't say when I got older, that's when I stopped having casual sex. I never had casual sex, not any day of my life ever. What I said is that I stopped being reckless with receiving head all willy-nilly like that when I got a little bit older. And started no, it's actually really not. Allowing someone's penis to penetrate you is very different, and whether it's your mouth or down below, it's very different than letting a tongue lick your clit.
Hold on. So you getting head is not sex or casual sex. It's funny how it works out for you in your favor. That's interesting.
Well, actually, no. Like again, what I literally just said.
Because you're receiving all of a sudden, it's not sex.
No,
Ruby,
literally what I
having casual sex, Ruby.
Literally what I just said. Again,
literally, you were having casual sex.
If you're gonna keep doing that, I'm gonna unmute you because I'm too sick to try to scream over you. So I really need to be able to say my sentence as well. I let you say what you're saying. Let me respond.
I'll mute myself.
Okay. So what I was saying is that there's a very big difference. Maybe as men, you don't understand the difference because if you're straight men, then you don't get penetrated, right? But as a woman, we get penetrated. And every place that we're penetrated, right, and any of our holes, right, that ups our risk of disease, of injury, of whatever, right? And so that's a massive risk there. There's a very big difference between that and things that you can do without being penetrated, right?
Well,
so like.
I don't like going against what you say, but a guy could have herpes in their mouth and
yeah, but you can see that, right? And so you can look. First of all, you can look at someone's mouth, right? And you can see, not only can you see if they have cold sores, if they have any type of sore or whatever that you don't know what it is, right? Or some type of bump or whatever. You can also see if they have white buildup, which could suggest that chlamydia or gonorrhea of the mouth, yeast, some other type of mouth infection. Pardon?
You checking dudes' mouths? You all up in their mouths and shit now? I'm sorry. Now
you don't notice people's like mouths before you let them like stick their tongue in your mouth or something before you kiss them?
You give them a cavity check, a dental check, you be all up in their mouth?
You don't notice people's, you don't like look?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to look, before you kiss.
I look.
Engage.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, we're not doctors, so it might be a little tiny white pussy thing that you missed under their tongue or something. And you can miss that, and they can actually kiss you, tongue kiss you, or lick it, and you can.
Yep, and that's why I stopped having casual sex. Period. Right. Okay. So this is where, because again, because because instead of with all of your little bravado, and when you're younger and you think everything, and then you start learning more, right? And you go, well, there's stuff called asymptomatic shedding, and there's this and there's that. And I am, for all I think I'm keeping myself safe. No, there's still all these dangers. So now casual sex became even more terrifying to me. And so did casual, even like kissing people. Like when people like make out with people in clubs and stuff, I don't do stuff like that because I'm terrified. I'm terrified of the health consequences.
That's
Ruby,
disgusting.
good job.
All right. See,
Who that?
the thing that Ruby's
That's
describing,
blue.
the thing that Ruby's describing is, I feel the unfortunate reality we would have to get to if we ever wanted to. Not unfortunate from a procreation and happy relationship, sustainable standpoint, but just from a recreational standpoint, is because what she's describing is what really women should be doing. They shouldn't be sleeping with us on the first night. They shouldn't be sleeping with us without us being tested. And
Yeah, they shouldn't, but they do though.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, they do. And then when they say, hey, you know what, this isn't working out in my favor, you're like, you want them to keep doing what doesn't work out in their favor because it works out in your favor.
Well, here's the thing that's annoying all. Women pretend like they don't do all that on the first night with the guy that they don't like. And then a guy that they like, they do all kind of stuff on the first night. That see, men
might say it's vice versa. Some might say it's vice versa.
Yeah, it is often vice versa. These days, it's vice versa.
It doesn't even matter which way you. It don't matter which way you put it. My point is, women pretend, they lie and pretend like they don't do it, and then they do it. That's really what frustrates men. Men, we don't care if women all are just virgins until married or they're all hoes, but they gotta pick one side. Don't lie about it and say, "Oh, I don't do that. I don't do this. I don't have sex. I don't have casual sex." But then you do other stuff on the side with other dudes, but you lying to one guy using him. That's what really pisses a lot of dudes off.
The woman knows that if she sleeps with a guy on the first date, or a guy that hasn't demonstrated that he's actually there for her, that she's probably not thinking of that guy in a long-term sense.
That's not true a lot of times.
I'm not saying this is universally true. I'm not saying this is universally true. I'm not saying this is universally true, but typically, not even typically, just a lot of the times women will have sex with a guy just because this guy, in their mind, this guy is for that purpose. He's not.
Of course.
And so the guy, the good guy, quote unquote good guy, who's trying to make her the girlfriend, gets frustrated that he's not treated like the boy toy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, and mind you, I'm not saying this is an intelligent way to be. I'm just describing how it is.
It's both stupid but backwards, because women will do that because women are sexual beings and they want to get the rocks off, right? But then when they find the guy they really like and they think he's husband material and they want to impress him, that's the one they're not going to sleep with and not going to just put out because they see a real future and they don't want to, they want him to look at her like she's marriage material. Yeah, and respect her.
That's good, right? But at the same time, you can't sleep with another guy while you got one guy on pause. Like, I'm dating you seriously, but I'm having casual sex with this guy over here. You can't do that. You got to then refrain from sex with every other guy while you're dating that guy. But women don't do that.
I agree with you, right? And to be fair, I only ever focus on one person. No, but I never disagreed with anything of that. I always only focus on one person at a time. Always, my whole life. That's always how I was, because I think it's wrong to do otherwise. So even like the whole time, even when because I told men, if we're not committed to each other, I don't care who you sleep with. Just don't lie to me about it. Don't lie to me that you're sleeping with other people or dating other people, right? As long as you don't lie to me, we're cool. Right. So, and I would say that, but even though he could tell me he was fucking 10 other women, I didn't care. It didn't change the fact that I'm only focused on him because I'm dating him. So I'm being courted by one person. That's the person I'm focused on until this ends. That's how I've always been. So regardless of whatever he's doing, I focus on one person at a time. Right. And then if you show me in that time, for example, you can't just be honest. Bruh, I'm not going to take next steps with you because we're going to go to the clinic. And then you can't just own your shit. So going to the clinic with you now doesn't make sense because you're just going to screw me over anyway, right? So
real quick, before you continue, Ruby, did we read that super chat by Leo Anthony?
We didn't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he says, thanks for having me, Mel and Ruby. Peace to the panel.
Yeah, thank you, Leo. I'm so glad you came up.
Right.
Oh, thank you, baby. Yes, I'm so glad you came up. Thank you.
But Ruby, that was my point. Is that you're mad if the guy lies to you about if he's having other sexual escape. You're mad about that. But that's what guys are mad about too. Like girls say, "Oh, I'm waiting for a serious relationship to have sex," and then that's a lie. They just making you wait, and they really they really making you out to be the fool because they're sleeping with whoever else. You feel me? So
Or
you just made the point.
Or
I hear you. I just was never lying about those types of things. So I can't pay for the sins of someone else. I was always very open and honest with what the fuck I was doing. So
watch your mouth, young. Well,
I know. I'm
that's
sorry. I'm
a
sorry,
real good
Melody.
point.
I will pay towards the swear jar. Okay.
Yeah, I have to. I owe at least $25. I think I gotta pay towards the
Right?
swear.
That's what we need to do. We need to get a swear jar. That's what we need to do.
That's
That's
a real good point because
Oh, that's a good idea.
you know, men are stupid, really. I mean, you know, you like look at women in a certain type of way and think with your dick, and at the end of the day, you're not even thinking with your head, and then you're going to blame the woman about like your actual sort of responses to that. Nah, that ain't real. Stop blaming women. It's like that's nonsense. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, the women aren't innocent, but
we don't know what you're saying.
You're not innocent either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a mutual finesse. It's a mutual, you know.
Oh, is that Simon?
Respect for one another.
Yeah, that's Simon.
Okay.
I don't think men are stupid. I just think men are over chivalrous. And it looks like it's stupidity. Because honestly, men, if you get married to a chick for 60 years with all these laws, you kind of stupid too. But that's just men being chivalrous.
Yo,
Okay,
bro,
let me ask you that.
what's chivalry? What's chivalry, bro?
Chivalry is exactly what you think it is. It's men doing stuff
No.
on
That's
the
not an
behalf.
explanation. No. What is
Hold
chivalry?
on, well, I'm gonna tell you my nigga definition of chivalry. Okay, I'm not gonna get Webster in this month. I'm gonna tell you the nigga definition. Okay, listen, is if you doing romantic stuff for women, okay, just on their behalf for the sake of them just actually being women, stuff that you wouldn't do for men, children, your grandpa, you doing it because she's a girl. That's chivalry. Let me hold the door open for you. Let me do this. Let me do that. All that stuff, that's chivalry. Even getting on one knee and proposing to a woman, even though she can ruin your life with the divorce laws, you still do it. That's chivalry. So there you go.
I like that definition.
Thank you.
Now, question though. A, do you think chivalry's dead? And B, if so, who killed it?
Chivalry is not dead. It turned into simping. And well, matter of fact, I could say it's dead. I could say it's dead, but I'm not. Chivalry's not dead. It just turned into simping because women require so much, so men are bending over backwards, $100,000 for some panties backwards. Okay, so it's not dead. It's just that because women don't reciprocate anything, it looks like simping.
I disagree.
Is that your experience?
No, I disagree. I don't think chivalry is dead because I have always experienced chivalry like my whole life kind of growing up. Now, to be fair, part of that is because chivalry is kind of built in to Jamaican culture in a lot of ways. And it really has nothing to do with being chivalrous so much as it being kind of built into the definition of what men do to be men. And so even like men are kind of vying for example, the oldest or the most responsible, the manliest man, shall we say, is the one who's going to pay for the group if just a bunch of us all go out for food or something like that, right? And so it's like, no, like I'm serious. Like I'm not talking about like girls. I'm talking about just generally, right? It's the way that men are. There's certain things like just like the way women are. Women just, if you come over to any woman's house, she's going to feed you. That's just what we do,
No,
right?
that is not true.
Yeah, it is though, right? Like I said, it's not true for you,
It's not
right?
true,
But well, okay, except it is,
It's
because
not.
you're
Except it's not.
okay. Well, I'm sorry you're not a
Okay.
Jamaican
Ask
person
other
in
guys, man.
Canada
Don't ask
for you to understand what the culture is here.
He just ain't dated a chick like that. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like if you haven't experienced a woman, you don't know what a woman's like. And you know,
Yeah. Are you calling me a virgin, sir? You calling me an incel?
I ain't saying shit. I'm just saying, like, if you've not experienced a woman, you don't know
calling me
what a
an
woman
incel?
is. If you have not experienced a woman, you don't know what a woman is. And most men out here who have not experienced a woman are pertain to sort of like this Instagram nonsense where you just see stuff on the internet. But having a real physical woman in your presence and feeding them and seeing them and talking to them and understanding the realm of what that is and dealing with the ins and outs of it.
Wow.
I don't really see most conversations going on like that. You get what I'm saying?
I need a passport because supposedly over there's like real women that'll do like cooking stuff for you. What the hell was that?
What was that?
No.
Somebody
No. It doesn't mean it doesn't. What are you talking about? Cooking and cleaning, like cooking and cleaning is nothing to do with it these days. Women are like armed with stuff, right? They got dishwashers, they got washing machines, they got cookers.
Dishwasher don't clean good.
Like what
I was even telling somebody the other day. They were saying if I wanted a stay-at-home wife, I said no, because it's not a hard enough job anymore. You have
that's because you don't commission. You're not going to commission your wife to do anything.
No,
if she gonna stay at home.
You guys are on like 1940s shit. Like you got to move on. Like, and women have moved on, and this is the thing. It's like
no. They need to go back in the kitchen.
No, listen for a second, right? Marriage is not about a woman cooking and cleaning and all that shit. What it is you have a respective agreement, which means that you have a partner and they're in the house with you and you're in the house with them. No matter how you move, you're moving with them. Like, and that's supposed to be the rocky road. That's supposed to be the end of the road. It's not supposed to be this sort of thing where we keep talking about this nonsense where we're going, okay, oh, this woman's supposed to clean my fucking socks, or she's supposed to do this, or she's supposed to do. Sorry, I appreciate it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying you can't keep this up because you're fighting a bad battle. Because you're not. The fact
let
is,
me ask you a question then.
All right.
Where is the divide? If this is, who is it that's keeping modern relationships from thriving? Where do you place the blame?
Why does there need to be a blame?
I knew he was gonna go 50-50.
Well, I'm just saying, both men and women are complaining about modern relationships. So, what do you think the problem is?
Right. So, okay. So, look.
I can tell you, the problem is we are not playing our respected roles. Nobody knows what the purpose of a woman is. That's why they ask questions like, what do you bring to the table? Okay? And then you got other women saying men are trash, Nobody knows their role anymore. So now we just kind of come together. We might smash and we might not. That's really the problem.
I half agree with that. I feel it's more that women don't know. Nobody knows what women's roles are.
Exactly.
Our roles are static for the most part. It is understood that you will work. Women will say, yes, I want you to help around the house more, but that means after you get back from work, not instead of going to work.
Of course.
On the other hand, it's like women are like, well, I can stay home, or I can work full-time, or I can work part-time. And whatever they want to do, we're expected to compliment it. whatever degree she wants to work, then we have to pick up that slack at home based on her initiative, not our own. So
Well,
this is
that's
where I think the divide is that
yeah, you're right.
essentially we're all men now. We're all men. We all, for the most part, we all work. We all
Yeah.
have to pay bills. And the conflict comes when, despite the fact that we're all men, it's unclear which of the traditional roles the women want to continue playing and not playing. Like you hear a lot of time these women saying they'll never go 50-50. Then why do you have a job? The whole point
Yeah.
of having a job is to gather provisions for yourself and your family. If you're not working for that purpose, then you are incongruent with what a partnership is supposed to be. And you're incongruent with your role. You stepped into the provider role, so provide.
Right.
So, guys,
Yeah.
real quick before we continue, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. Let's get our final thoughts in because it's getting late and I don't want to fall asleep on the stream again. So, let's start
Just
with
set an alarm for every.
yeah. I know, but sometimes that don't work, and I don't want to. That's embarrassing. I don't want to go through that again. So
She's
I'm gonna.
snoring.
Huh?
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Well, let's start with you, Youngies. What are your final words, final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I do not think the sexual marketplace. I don't think the problem in the sexual marketplace is men's fault. I don't. Even with this situation where this woman is selling panties for so much money, I think men are deprived of women to such an extent that they're doing desperate things like this. Okay, and then women know, so they take advantage of it. They use their femininity and the fact that men give them the benefit of the doubt, that they use that to take advantage of the situation. They use that to finesse. The problem is finesse culture. Okay, now Mr. Know-It-All said it's finesse on both ways. Men don't finesse. I wish men finessed more, but it's not in our nature. Like, it's a feminine term to finesse. Like, men, we need to, but we don't. Okay, so the issue is women's finesse culture is going unchecked, and it's been like that for quite some time. From whatever aspect of a relationship you want, whether you just want a trick, whether you want a wife, whether you're trying to mess with girls and all, whatever aspect, okay, women are finessing every part of the game in this sexual dance. They're finessing every part. So, in my opinion, there needs to be some kind of checks and balances and rules around that. Okay, they're blaming men for simping when it's probably just chivalry. Like, you're supposed to want to take care of a woman, and because you do, you're a simp all of a sudden. No, the reason why you're a simp is because they're finessing you. That's why. Until you get women to stop abusing that, you're always going to view men as simps. You're always going to view men as simps because women are always going to abuse it. And that's the way I look at it. Young
East, that was great. Let's hear what Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Know-It-All got to say.
All right. I do believe it's a mutual finesse culture, but here's the thing. The reason why it may not seem that way to some people is because just as we say women are always going after the top 20, whatever percent of men, these men start to realize they have those type of options and they finesse. They don't commit. They get as many women as they can because they can get that many women. And so a lot of women deal with men like that, and they start to write off all men like that. But by the same token, you have men chasing all the very most beautiful women. And those women also start to realize they have options. And they finesse. And it's a sliding scale. You have women like the video vixens of old who could really finesse at a high level, and they could extract money from millionaires and celebrities. But then there's a sliding scale. You have some women who can just finesse a little bit of money from, the average guy. But the problem is that there's a lot of guys out here who don't have the energy or the inclination to keep a stable of women. They wish they could just have one guy or one girl and stay with her and not have to worry about chasing sex and game and all that other stuff to keep himself satisfied. So when I say that the men finesse, it's that the way men finesse is they pretend they want, the ones who do finesse, that is, they pretend they want a girlfriend and to get to know a girl when really all they want is sex. They take her out on dates. They try to make her feel special or whatever their game is. Maybe they're players and they try to manipulate her in other ways. But the point is, that's what they do. They fake the funk so they can get the skunk, so to speak. Then, on reverse, the women finesse because they're trying to get money and things that symbolize money: meals, trinkets, jewelry, vacations, all that crap. So what I would say, and as a final thought, is that as men, we know what the women are doing. We need to not necessarily hold each other accountable. I don't believe in shaming each other, but we do need to be like whoever said it earlier. I forget his name. We do need to be putting each other on game when we can. We need to be helping each other out, how to hold yourself in a high regard so that you can't be finessed. Women only finesse if they can finesse. And at the same, if say a woman who ranks on a 7 finds that she can only finesse 4s and 5s, I don't know if she'll find it as satisfying as the current market where she can finesse 8s and 9s and maybe even 10s. So we just need to focus on ourselves. Don't worry about the women, and also don't worry about the men who are too far gone. The people who are spending $100,000 on panties, like, that's not simping. That's like some extreme fetish stuff, right? That's a whole different ball game. We just need to focus on like-minded individuals, uplift a handful of us. We're not all going to make it up to the top. And if we all did, we'd be right back at the bottom, some of us. You know what I mean? So that's my final thought.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. We appreciate it.
And one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
All these other things like passport bros and swirling and all this SYSBM, these are not solutions. These are just obvious attempts that are going to fail for the majority of men and women. Yes, enough will succeed to report back their successes and gas up all the rest. But at the end of the day, we really do need to figure out how to come back together.
Right. Well, thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. Let's go to Simon. Simon of the Food Channel. What are your final thoughts?
Thank you for having me up.
Thanks for coming.
I appreciate the brother that spoke before, but there's a lot of points that he made that I disagree with. In particular, like the passport bros situation. Get your passport. Go and find someone that you interact with. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're looking in, you're not looking out. That's a real issue. I mean, anyone that turns around to you and gives you that types of information or wants to sort of go, okay, like this is what it is for me, don't really know what's going on because the world's a big place. You can't restrict yourself. Period. Speak to people who understand what's going on abroad, what's going on in the outside world. Maybe you might have a happier life. Apart from that, relationships is something that we can only figure out if we know our partner. If you don't know your partner, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to figure that shit out. Now, what I say to that is, you can't lean on your families and friends, your sisters and brothers to try and figure that shit out. You're going to figure it out in the instance where something goes wrong. But you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to figure out a situation that goes wrong. What, you want to figure out how to get with a person that is going to be positive in my life for the rest of my life. I did that for 10 years. And many people will turn around to me and go, oh, well, why did you break up? Well, I didn't actually break up. She still got my last name and we're still in contact and you don't even know what the fuck's going on. So, sorry, I'll stop swearing. But I find your channel intriguing. I'm tuning in as much as I can. Everyone's got their own perspective and we respect that. But long live, Ruby. And let's move forward. Try to be more positive in your life. Try to just think about the person you're in a relationship with. It does not, relationships are not supposed to be negative things. And although you might have a discrepancy and like you might have some sort of bust up, it might hurt you, like your big toe's gone, or I don't know, like something's gone wrong. It's like, I don't know how to figure this out. Yeah, maybe. But if you've been with someone for so long, maybe you just need to sit back and figure out that, that might have just been a minor thing. Yeah, even in my relationship, sorry, I'm going on a bit. Even in my relationship with my ex, I can't really see any other woman leveling up to her. Although she's done the most craziest shit and I've divorced her, I can't see any other woman leveling up to her. So sometimes you're just matched with your match. And you need to deal with that shit. Sometimes God just throws some shit in your face. It's like, deal with that shit. So yeah.
I have a question. What? I understood everything you said. I didn't understand the part of the long live Ruby. Ruby, you should be more positive, and how this all relates to me. So could you clarify that part for me?
I will try.
Okay.
Because you get a lot, as I said, like the last guy that actually came on the channel or on your platform, a lot of men spout negative stuff about women. And I think there's just a huge misunderstanding and huge miscommunication in terms of how we deal with women in particular. Because it's like what actually happens is like, I'll give you an example, just because you brought that subject up, right? I've been going through some shit with my my ex-divorcee mother, right? Now, I could have turned around and, in the first instance, I was like, you be, right? I was like going crazy. I was like, why are you treating me like this? Why are you doing this, that, the other? Now, I had conversations with our child, and she was talking to me about how she treated our child. And I was like, okay, she's actually articulating this shit back to me, and I need to be sort of responsive to it. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, what actually happened? Because this happens often. Like, I've got sisters, right? Now, I don't think she's trying to be malicious. When she comes at me, she's like, she does some stupid shit. Like she snatches my doormats. She puts things through my letterbox. She screams and shouts, and she F words me and all that. She goes at me. But we were married. Now, is she just hurt because of our divorce? Is she now just being reflective because she felt like she put everything in and I rejected her? Or was there something that actually went on when she gave birth. Now, no one wants to talk about this. And I had a whole conversation with this on my. I put up my whole new channel, the food channel, with my sister because my sister went through it, and she was the one that actually put it up to me. She was like, "Listen, bro. You know, they're putting up our black women are going through this stuff now. They're going on the table. They're giving birth. They're like having cesarean sections, losing blood, and they're having transfusions with other people's blood. And we don't know where this blood is coming from. Although, like, it's supposed to be a normal thing. So now, I'm starting to, I'm like, wow, okay, I can see the shift in her personality because she didn't act like that before. We went through a whole 10 years. She didn't act like that. Now she's acting crazy. Now all of a sudden she's going, oh, la, la. She's doing all this stuff. Now I'm like, okay, no one's giving me a leaflet. No one's turned around and spoken to me about this. Gone, oh, there may be an after effect to the birth. There may be an after effect when she comes out of that hospital. You got to deal with it. No one's going to talk about it. You got to deal with it. Now, I hear this all day long. Postpartum depression, this, that, yeah. I'm trying to go, okay, I'm linking postpartum depression to my own personal situation. I don't see it like that because she's a very intelligent woman. She's a teacher. She still manages to get on with her job, but yet there's this thing that goes in and out of her when we're having conversations, and it's like, I don't know if that's you. So this is a real thing. And why are they doing it to us? Like, they're really messing us up on a level where it's like, oh, I can see you're having a good relationship. I was with this woman for 10 years. Messed her up in a second through some sort of dynamic where they're trying to sort of make sure that they're not even, you know, having any sort of responsibility for it. And we're happy about the fact that they're not having any responsibility for it because we're like, oh, she pulled through. But when she walks out of the hospital and into the house, it's a problem. Sorry, girl. I'm going to go because I'm like...
Oh, goodness. Well, thank you for your final thought. We appreciate it. Let's get to Blue because I'm tired. What are your final thoughts, Blue?
Hey, my final thoughts is thanks to everybody watching the stream. Make sure when y'all come in, make sure y'all get them likes up, subscribe, share. Also, check out my page. I got talking about Mac China, Matt Hoffa. Also, I'm gonna be talking about R. Kelly. They dropped some charges, but he's still gonna do some time. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Stop playing, man. Hit that like button. That's my final thoughts.
Thank you, Blue.
Thank you.
Yeah, salute to y'all. Salute.
Yeah, he found out. Yeah, Mel, he came back. He always come to my panel and stir something up, but he came back and kind of was disrespectful to Ruby because he was talking about getting his pee-pee sucked. Excuse my language. And then when Ruby said she's married, like she wouldn't do it now, she was talking about if she would have done it in her young years, you know, before she was married, she wouldn't have sucked it. And he pretty much was like, well, what am I here for? And he just clicked off. Because
wait, who was that?
No. I said that. No. He was fine. He was gonna argue with me till the end of the earth. Kept telling me about what an intelligent woman I was. Right? I guess he missed the first time that I said, let's pretend. Right? The only way I can answer, I said no, because I'm married. Okay, fine. Let's pretend I'm not married. Let's pretend this. Let's pretend all of these things that would make it possible that this is even in the realm of possibility. Now let's pretend I'm not married. We on a date. I do know you, right? I'm younger, whatever. So now we're going on a date. My answer would still be no. Do you want me to tell you why? And it's like he was trying to negotiate with me or something. Like he thought he could convince me that my reasoning is wrong or something. It was really weird. And then it's like he was speaking very much in the present. I don't know. I didn't book it initially. But then it's like somewhere in there with the whole me repeating that I'm married thing, which suddenly became news to him. And he's like, "You're married?" Yeah. Yo, what the fuck am I here for? I don't know. What are you here for? And before I could even finish that question, he was gone. This is the weirdest dude.
He's weird.
Bro.
Like every time I invite him on, every time he comes up, he does some weird stuff.
He's a weird dude. Listen, watching him from the chat yesterday, like the only reason why I stayed up as late as I did before I fell asleep, that dude is weird. But to have to deal with him was a different. That was a different world.
He's just like what was the guy who used to come up? He's just like him.
Tyron.
Yeah, he stayed drunk. He been on my panel like 5 times, and every time he came on, he was drunk. Like I don't know what it is about him, but every time he comes, he's drunk. So he says the weirdest things, talking about sucking pee-pee and all this other stuff, and then he's just weird. I don't know, but no, Mel, I don't invite.
I don't keep buying these weirdos up, like the person, like the sign soul.
No, though. It's just that I keep giving them chances. Like I think today.
That's your problem, man. You gave these weirdos too many chances. It already showed. You know, you got like yo.
To me, that was a disrespect.
That's creepy. That's why I called his ass out yesterday. He tried to ask personal questions about you. Me and Game tried to shut him down completely, and then he tried to. You see how he tried to switch up? No, he wanted to ask real personal questions.
He's always
that lame stuff he was trying to do on the Pineapple Show was like, yo, that was goofy shit, right there. Like, this is another one of the reasons problem. Like, you know why the 304s is winning, because you got goofy clowns like that fool that be hyping them up in a way with this lame game that's making up a little excuses for it.
Right? Disrespectful. Yesterday, you guys told him off. You and GC, he was being disrespectful to me. Now he called disrespectful to Ruby. I don't know what to say.
Right? No, he was. And I said to Mel yesterday, I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you were up there to tell him about himself." Because, like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this dude? And then he did it again.
He did it again.
And the boy was drunk, smoking. Like you could see it in his eyes, but one eye was open, the other eye was closed. Like I said, he was pissy drunk or something.
Pissy drunk. He was talking so slow, and I'm like, Ruby is getting annoyed because she don't like when people talk slow.
I don't. It's so hard.
Yeah, but I don't even think he really was in the Pineapple Show. I think he was lying and capping.
I think so too.
I think he was too.
Yeah. That's her name, Melanie, also too in the Pineapple Show. Yeah,
Melanie Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah, she don't clip her clips for a whole live stream. You saw how I fast forward the whole thing. There was no clip edits or nothing on that. He was not even on there, and if he was, she would got Pineapple. He was just all trolling everything before, like he's bullshitting. Like,
well, Mr. Know-It-All, he has a wrench because I asked several times for people not to block people in the chat, and every time they block them, I feel like I have to give him a wrench.
No, you don't. You that's the reason why he's blocked, because he's weird. Like you got to stop doing that, Melanie.
I need to take wrenches away because I got too many people blocked on the block list.
That's what Mr. Know-It-All said. Why you gave him a wrench for? Yo, take his wrench back. He don't deserve a wrench.
No, I definitely will. I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna start taking wrenches.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the problem. It's like on one side, because the plan can't be everyone gets a wrench, that way no one can get blocked. I think you're right. You just have to take more wrenches away, so that way it's like the people who have wrenches will respect the rules. Don't block. If Melody says don't block so and so, just don't block them. It doesn't matter how much you hate them. Don't block them.
And it's like for personal reasons. You're not blocking them because they actually said something offensive. It's because you don't like them.
Right.
And you're taking support from our platform by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of people don't realize that. Like if
And
you
you gotta,
silence
yeah, and also
someone,
too, YouTube is now looking at the chats also too now and everything. So you gotta be careful how you say it, talking to chats now.
well, but see, that's the thing. What a lot of people don't realize when they silence someone they don't like in the chat, every time someone comments in the chat, that's interaction, right? That's telling the algorithm that people are enjoying our stream. So when you silence people, even if you just don't like their opinion or whatever, right? You're killing the interaction, which is now dropping the thing from being picked up in the algorithm. So, you know, it's a little detail, but all the little
If they
details add up.
Can I say something? Can I say
yeah,
something real quick? Go ahead, Mel, when you finish.
if they disrespecting the host or something like that, then yeah, they got a right to be timed out. Yeah, they go taking it too far. It's like that. But it's like if this is the debate between chatmongers and everything, yeah, people in the chat and everything, yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Mel. Go ahead, Blue. What were you saying?
I think what needs to be done is if there is an issue in the chat, they should contact you or Ruby in the back chat and get your authorization first before they take it upon themselves. That's the problem when you give somebody a wrench and they don't know what to do with it and they do what they want to do with it.
They abuse
So
it.
yeah, they shouldn't make that. This not their platform, so they shouldn't make the decision to block someone. They should ask who platform it is or who's involved, and give the reason why they want to block them. And if it's not a valid reason, no, you can't block them.
Exactly.
Unless it's a bot. You know how they always got that bot come in here with that adult stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, let's be real. A lot of times they will hear Melody say, "Don't block so and so," and then they'll just do it anyway. So I mean, like, you know, because that person is on your nerves, and it's like the wrench is not supposed to be there, you know, for you to solve your own personal beefs or for you to make the channel your own personal oasis, right? Like, it's supposed to be, as a moderator, your responsibility is to help make the chat and the channel what the host of the show, of the channel, wants it to be, right? So it's not about your own personal beefs. Like, trust me, there's a lot of people, whether it's in this chat, and there are some people in this chat or in other places I mod that I hate. I hate people who come in sometimes, and I'm like, but I'm not silencing that person, blocking them, or making their life hard in this chat just because of my personal beef with them, or even if they really did do something egregious, but on a different channel. Right? My job is to moderate this channel according to what this person wants their channel to be, not, you know, to use my wrench as a weapon to make me feel better. Like, it, you know, it's a responsibility. And I don't think people see moderating as a responsibility that they should see it as, you know?
Right, exactly, Zone. And I'm gonna take care of this tonight. I'm gonna take wrenches away tonight. And please don't get offended if your wrench is gone. Don't get offended. But I can't have everybody with wrenches. Now, the only people who are going to be left with wrenches is people I always see dropping links, always saying, like the stream, like Killer Swag. He always helping. You know what I mean? Blue TV, always helping. Mel, always helping. Zone, always helping. These are the people that's going to keep their wrenches. But everybody else, you're just abusing the power. So we have to take them away. Yeah, you too, Mr. Know-It-All. So
that guy from yesterday, what's his name? That guy, and he was like, "Oh, I have to go mod these 2 other channels, but if you're still here, I'll be back to mod." And then he came back.
I liked him.
He's so nice. Yeah. He's good people. Big something truck, maybe. I don't even remember.
Oh, big truck.
No, big boy something.
Big bad bull, man.
Yes, big bad bull. There you go.
There you go. Yes. That guy, he was so nice, and he was so thoughtful with his comment. He mods the way I used to, like, when back in the days when I like deeply modded. He mods the way I used to. Like, he actually puts in all these thoughtful, you know, messages in his modding and stuff. It's like, aw.
Me and him know each other from different places, so I know he a good mod.
Oh my God, he's wonderful. Like, he is. And he was like $35 for 35 likes. And he sent me like a $35 super chat. I'm like, look at this dude. He was really,
Yeah.
really supportive. So shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
I see y'all. I see y'all. The supporters, I see y'all. I know who y'all are. So salute to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to. A lot of people don't have money. You don't have to support with money, but support with likes. Support
Yeah.
by dropping links. You know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
just promote my channel. That's all I ask for. That's why you have a wrench.
Right.
I'm gonna take some people's wrench away though. No offense to
Mhm.
you. If you get it
Well, and
taken.
it's good for the channel too. Like, also don't be offended because when new people come in and they just see a wall of wrenches, no one wants to comment. And as we said, if no one's commenting in the chat, then it's killing the interaction, which then doesn't help with the algorithm. So it's like you need some of the wrenches to go away when people are still commenting. So that way when new people come, they don't think if they say something they're going to get blocked immediately, or maybe they shouldn't be speaking because they don't have a wrench, or they don't know. Like it can be very intimidating to go onto a channel and all you see is wrenches. So
Yes. So I gotta take them. Sorry guys.
it's weird if you lose your wrench, because I've like gotten rid of my wrench, either intentionally or unintentionally on channels before, right? Just because I'm not going there anymore or whatever. So now I don't have a wrench there. And at first it's kind of low key weird, but then you just adjust to it, because if all of the wrenches are gone and only a few people have wrenches, then it's just like, oh, now we're all on the same level playing field. We're all just talking now, right? Like instead of, it's not like you're the only one who lost a wrench as a punishment. Like, a lot of people are going to not have a wrench anymore. And it's okay. It's not hate. It's all love. Just keep talking. And then maybe Melody will start a Patreon. And then like at the like $35 or $50 plus level, you can buy a wrench. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. But yeah, so guys, make sure you guys are the people who do keep the wrench. Make sure you guys are modding. I don't want to see you just talking. I want to see you modding, or else you don't need a wrench. What you need a wrench for if you're not helping out the channel? Period. All right. But let me. Who didn't talk? Oh, no, Killer Swag. What are your final thoughts?
I'll let Mel go because I'm about to get in the car real quick.
Okay, Mel.
No, that was it. I ain't really got nothing to say. Yeah, like
You just came up for that.
about that. Yeah.
You just came to laugh about preach. Okay.
Oh shit.
I missed most of the show. Yeah, I gotta start going to bed early myself.
Yeah, everybody should get some rest.
Yeah,
Like my
so-
grandma used to say, get some rest.
Mhm.
That's old school. Some
I'm
rest.
staying up late tonight. I do it on weekends when I'm off. Yeah, during the weekdays, I want to start going to work early in the morning so I can finish by noon and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, guys, but thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you for all of the super chats. Thank you for all of the mods who was modding. Thank you, everyone who supported the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Oh, Ruby, you didn't do your thoughts like you always do.
Bro,
Save the best for last.
I'm weak and pathetic when it didn't even occur to me. I actually forgot this what we were doing. What's our topic? Oh yeah, okay. I remember now. I was like, what's our topic? I don't even remember. It's been such an eventful night. Melody, how is it that every time, like I swear to God, like in between of shows, Melody will do another show and then like I don't know, Melody just attracts the most interesting cast of characters. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know where they come from.
I don't either, but I'm
But
gonna
sometimes I
start,
love them.
yeah, I'm gonna start dropping people down, like seriously. Like I'm not playing anymore because it really does mess us up in the algorithm. When people come up here and disrespect the panel and curse and do what they want, play music, you messing us up. It's almost like you're saying F y'all, F you.
Yeah.
Who played music?
And
It's
I'm not,
disrespectful.
it is like I'm tired. I'm tired of the disrespect. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop you down. You can't go by the rules, then you gotta go. Just like that guy
Right.
earlier.
And you know what? That actually is funny because it ties in with my final thoughts, right? Because we're talking about the whole should men be shaming other men or holding them accountable for this type of behavior. And if we want to see this behavior change, it's a necessary fact. And you know what? I was, sorry, I was very big on, team the men who are saying, hey, listen, women are having a hard time taking accountability. And because all the women could say is, well, neither will the men, right? Men do it too. And it's true. Men do it too. Men were lacking accountability too. But the point was, even if they are, could you not just take accountability anyway? And that was a very difficult conversation to have with the women. Now I feel though, like things have shifted a lot because I don't think that there should be any question. And if we went back, like not even that long ago, in the history of these spaces, there's no question the men would be saying, hell yeah, we'd be shaming and holding these men accountable. We shame them for filth. Yeah, hell yeah, we'd be holding them accountable. Showing them what kind of women that they're producing, what kind of culture that they're helping to support. We ain't supporting that foolishness, right? That's what you would hear. But now you had, I'll say it's like 50-50. The men saying, no, hold men accountable for what? Look at what these women are doing, and da 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 da, and da da da, and the men are just da da da, and the poor men is like, and basically it's kind of like this. The sentiment seemed to more so be excusing, understanding, explaining away the men's behavior, and still flipping this into an opportunity to hold women accountable. And we said multiple times that we're also holding women accountable. And in this particular case, the reason why we ain't just slapping at Lotto is because the whole reason why Lotto did this was sort of like as a joke and as a clapback to a person who was shaming her for doing something very normal, which is wearing your panties more than once, because in between of wears you wash them in the laundry like normal people. Right? And that was it. So she was kind of doing a clapback thing. It was a joke. The reason why I started going for near $100,000 and climbing was not because of Lotto, not even because her engaged. It's because of the men. And if we don't expect the men to hold men accountable, the thing is, as women, we can't hold men accountable, right? Like we can hold men accountable, as on an individual level, right? I can hold Mr. Reeves accountable, and vice versa, like that. But when it comes to on a grander scale, right? In the same way, men can call out women's accountability, but it really requires us as women to hold each other accountable, right? And also for us to model the right behavior. And, I see this as far as the men, it's like too much. We're seeing these wild ass young men now running around. It's like they don't have any rules. Like they don't understand. You have to show respect. You have to know how to hold yourself a certain way. You have to conduct yourself on panels a certain way, right? And if you don't live up to certain expectations, there's going to be some type of consequence, and that's not people treating you unfairly. That's life, right? Like we're seeing the consequence of that. Everybody gets a trophy, and you don't tell kids no because it's damaging. We're seeing the consequences of that now, especially in men, and how it's affecting the men. Because it is crazy that you can tell one man, for example, today, right? You can tell one man in a row over and over and over again to not cuss, and he can't stop himself. He's gonna cuss the very next sentence. Right? You could tell him, don't play music, you're going to get us struck down. You could sit there and patiently explain about monetization and strikes and whatever. And then 10 seconds later, he can't even just mute himself up if he wants to listen to his own music. Like that's showing you he lacks accountability. And that's showing you it's a problem. There's a problem with these younger generations, millennials and Generation Z. They lack the ability to hold themselves accountable or responsible for any damn thing. And that's why the culture is just running. It's just falling right off the rails, and nothing's holding it on. And everyone's pointing at everyone else, and everyone's expecting everyone else to make the first move. And everything is falling apart. Everything is crumbling. This is why we just lack accountability. no more do we have time to start figuring out who should have accountability first or who's responsible first or da da da. The fact of the matter is, guess what? Everybody's responsible. Everybody's accountable. And at the end of the day, everyone needs to take accountability and responsibility without pointing fingers. That's what we need right now. Otherwise, we lost. We just lost. So those are my final thoughts.
Thank you, Ruby. That well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. All I'm gonna say, I guess this is what I'm gonna say. Guys, don't be mad when tomorrow you don't have a wrench. That's all I gotta say. It's nothing personal, right, Ruby? It's not anything personal against you. It's just
nothing.
I can't have people being blocked, messing up our numbers. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Oh, and we have one more super chat. You want to read it?
Oh, I will. Oh, Mr. Know-It-All. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and he says, "I heart you."
Aww.
And my wrench. I've been banned by every channel on YouTube. Please don't take my wrench.
Well, you're not one of the people that's gonna get your wrench taken because you actually mod in my chat. You actually help me. I mean, it's certain people, you, Leo, Anthony, it's certain people that I see, and I know who to keep the wrench. Who to let keep the wrench. You have nothing to worry about. But,
yeah, you're good. And for anyone who's concerned about that, again, I will say Zone was right earlier what he said to Mr. Know-It-All. Not about Mr. Know-It-All because he's not losing his wrench, but for people who do lose their wrench, right? If you're worried about being blocked, then if you start getting blocked for no reason, right? You can email Melody, right? Or email anybody if you don't know Melody's email offhand or whatever. Find out you're being blocked for no reason. We'll figure out who blocked you, and then that person will lose their wrench, right? Because at the end of the day, we need to stop the problem, right? People, we literally don't want an echo chamber, and that's all we're going to end up with if everyone keeps getting silenced for no reason, right? So don't worry. It's the last thing we're trying to do is say, oh well, we're gonna take away your wrench so that way you can get blocked. Like, no, you're still gonna be free to express yourself respectfully. Like, sorry.
Yeah, and only people that's gonna have wrenches is people I can trust will not do that. So just letting you know that. But I think Killer Swag said he wanted his final thoughts, and then we can close down. Go ahead, Killer Swag. What are your final thoughts?
First off, I want to say, God bless you, Ruby, for saying all that stuff, because you hit it right on the head, and I hope you feel better real soon.
Thank you.
To this top, now to this top of your head, I just don't know what to say. You got dudes out here willingly buying panties on eBay. Like, what is the matter with these guys, man? Like, cause
there's a lot of feedback. I'm sorry. There's a lot of feedback in your background.
I'm in the car right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm in the car right now. That's why I was muting a lot when Ruby was talking. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make this brief because I don't want to, give too much feedback. All right. Yeah, I just think it's just a shame that we as men got to this point to where now we buying panties online. Like, this is disgusting. Like, I just simply have no words for it, for real. It's just like, man, get y'all ish together, for real. Like, you buying panties just to, like, what do you get out of that? Like, seriously.
Right?
Yeah. And Ruby, I heard you had a strange person come up on the panel harassing you, huh?
I did. I didn't see it. Other people did, though. Finance man, people saw it. I never see these things coming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so the weirdo came back around her. Like,
apparently he just really he was really actually asking how he could get me to agree to give him head, like, now. Like, I thought we were having a discussion, like, about stuff, like, in theory, or, as a general thing. No, he was actually literally asking. I didn't understand that. Yeah.
He really felt comfortable asking. Like, that's something a man would do for a crackhead. Like, oh, give me some head. You say that's something you say to a crackhead. You don't say something like that. That's very disrespectful. But
Right?
we already
Yeah.
know from yesterday that he's a very disrespectful guy. So don't take it personally.
All I'm gonna say is I
He's
don't
not
like that
okay.
guy at all. So I don't like him. And I'm usually cool with a lot of people, but no, I don't like that dude.
I don't like him either.
I
Mel don't
already
like
knew.
him
I already knew he was a damn lame. Like he was. He was. He mentioned he went on the Pineapple Song trying to holler at a girl and thought he had a chance. Like what the? Did you know? Did they ever hook up with someone on the Pineapple Show? No. Even Game Changer tried to break it down too with him. Like, yo, you got you giving that girl more power that way and everything. You really thought he had a chance with that girl that he showed on the IG and everything? Like, I showed that I had a decent conversation. That's all she remember. Like, you ain't nobody special, man. Like, she has decent conversation with like 20 different dudes, even more. Yours is not
Right.
going to stand out. Like, come on. And that's one of the biggest problems why a lot of dudes mess up in the game so much. Like, yo, like they thinking they can stand out in the way like like everybody else is doing the same damn thing. Like, it's too much misinformation. Like, yo, like you said, like you can't cheat the game. You really don't know. If it hasn't worked before the way you think it does, then you need to switch up. You need to probably learn from some experiences. Like an old saying always says, you want to learn how to catch a fish? Go to a fish catcher. Don't go to the fish. The fish will tell you whether they want so they can benefit. The fish will benefit. You gotta go to a fish catcher.
Right.
All right, guys. So I gotta go. I'm really tired, but thank you everybody
Yeah.
for coming. Like
Thank
every
y'all.
single person in here, like the stream on the way out. If you didn't already, you do. Good night.
Cheers, y'all.
Deuces, everybody.
Yes.